Hey everybody, welcome back to Misty Mountain Streaming. I'm the D&D wannabe, my name is Rob. Yes, I know, I'm in two places at once on the screen. You're just gonna have to get used to that until Misfit gets her connection issues resolved.
No.
There's twice as much Rob on the screen. It is almost like we're harking back to last Monday already.
For now. Eventually we will be more Rob, slowly.
Yeah.
Oh
Still have
God,
the
don't
beard in my
Resistance is
bathroom.
futile.
don't threaten me with that. God, that was amazing and traumatizing and delightful, and I will never stop talking about it from here on in. But we have a lot of new faces on the screen. I'm going to say hi to you guys in the chat. I'm going to thank the new people that have followed, but we probably need some context for who is on the screen. We're just going to go around clockwise from the first of my faces, the topmost of my faces. So that means we're going to have to distract Tyler from her art somewhat.
I can talk while I'm coloring. I'm a woman. I can multitask.
Shots fired.
My name is Tyler. You guys see me here all the time. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek, actually, if you want to watch our Lovecraftian game that's going to start in a couple of weeks. I'm working on character art for it. Heck yeah! So, but yeah, I'm Tyler. I play D&D here every Monday and Wednesday, and occasionally I'm here on Friday, and I'm about to run a game, and I'm going to do another thing. So if we get to 50 subscribers in this month, I get to paint Rob purple and put horns on his head to be a druid tiefling. So this is where we're at.
We're yeah, we'll more on that in a minute here for sure. Because how can we not talk about that? Thanks, Ty. If this were a bar, if this Twitch channel were Cheers, you would have a plaque in front of your stool at this point. Just everybody knows where you go, and nobody else is allowed to sit there.
Yep. And I told this story on stream last Wednesday, but because we were talking about everybody being Rob, it's still the thing that cracks me up the most about the night we did that is we were sitting off camera before we even started the waiting room. And all of us were hiding off camera so that Rob couldn't see what we had done. And Rob just offhandedly asked, like, just promise me that none of you guys dressed up as any of us. And KJ immediately, just like straight-faced live, just, no, I didn't do it.
And I believed her like an idiot. Let's go around the circle. We're going to go to the guy wearing the incredible Kronk shirt, who is a last-minute but very welcome addition to our little party tonight. Hey, Tarvel.
Hello. Wait, what do I say again?
Just tell people who you are, where they might know you from, and if they don't already know you, where they can find you.
So I am Tarvel the Ringwraith on TikTok and Instagram. If anyone has seen me before, it's probably because of the Ringwraith cosplay that I wear.
Yes, if you've seen him before, you will not recognize him whatsoever.
Yeah. But besides that, I also do medieval reenactment, and I also craft a lot of chainmail and scale armor. So there's that, along with a lot of jewelry. So just all over the place, kind of.
Yeah, you have for all of you tonight, I put the finishing touches on this a second ago. If anybody wants to plug themselves, I'm going to be doing it as you introduce yourselves. You can type in exclamation point and the first name of however you present yourself online, and a link to your largest social media platform will pop up. So if you want to see what Tarvel is talking about and see a lack of his face behind lots of metal and fabric, you can click the link in the chat. We would normally go into Misfit. Hopefully she gets things figured out. We're not talking about me again. So we're going to wrap around to the face that is normally running the show on a Wednesday night and go to Rob. Hi, Rob.
Me?
We're skipping Rob and going to Rob.
Hey guys, I'm Rob. You can find me on Twitch as Rifle Stud, also Happy Nerd Photo. Like Rob 1.0 said, I currently host the Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign here on the channel. We're on a small vacation break, just chilling. And Rob asked me if I wanted to take part in this roundtable, so I'm excited to be here on my 2-week vacation. So,
all right, he did the thing. You can call off the hit. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Thanks, Rob. Glad that you're here. Let's see. I can put in a quick rifle stud. And that's your Twitch channel for where you do Sea of Thieves and other
Yes,
other
sir.
cool games and whatnot. If
Yes,
you're not
love
already
Sea of
following
Thieves.
him, that is where to find him.
One of many places.
I have so many memories with Sea of Thieves, and all of them are learning the game very trial by fire.
It's
I
such a fun game.
I tried to play the game with him a week or so ago, and was just apparently when he started, they didn't have a tutorial, and they did have a tutorial that might as well not have been a tutorial as far as I was concerned.
I never did the tutorial. I had friends that were literally in the middle of trying to beat a boss. They called me up and were like, "We need help. Join now." And so I was downloading the game while they were fighting a boss, and I got in and I created my character and I jumped in and I was like, "What do I do?" And they're like, "Hit that." And that's just how I started playing Sea of Thieves.
Well, as a self-identifying pirate and the next person on my little wheel, why don't you say hi?
Hello, I'm Jillian Foxglove. You may have seen me all over the internet. I think my biggest platform would probably be my TikTok channel. That's where I post a lot of OC content and all of my cosplay videos and stuff like that. And yeah, I do this full time.
I messed up a little bit then, but there's her Instagram in the chat, and you
Totally
can probably
fine.
find one
I
from the
have-
other.
I have links to everything on everything, so
There you go. You are better at this
Everything.
than I.
There we go.
we're good.
Thank you very much I'm delighted that you were able to join us. You and the next person who we're talking to, because this is your first time on the channel. Even though you've been an adventurer with us for a while, and you've been in the Discord, and we've talked here and there once or twice before, I haven't been able to get you on the stream, and so delighted that we finally get to change that.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here too.
I'm very conscious that I'm not wearing a pink headset with little cat ears at the moment, by the by. At least all the guys are rocking the black, so I match somebody.
Everyone needs to get matching ears. It's them's the rules. They have like these are just these didn't come because this is just like a Kraken, but they have the attachments, so everyone just has to get matching pink attachments for their headsets. Them's the rules, buddy.
See, it's good that I have you here to explain the rules, because I don't know what I'm doing. Hi, Larissa.
Hey, that's okay. I don't know what I'm doing either. I'm streaming on a laptop, so my sound quality is probably a little off. And in addition to that, I also have a cold because anytime I have to do anything, I get sick. Like if people that have met me at conventions, most of the time I'm sick.
Oh no.
So, being in true form, I am sick. But I am a professional cosplayer. I am located in Salt Lake City, Utah. A lot of people think I am from Colorado. I am not, but some days I wish I was. It's kind of the same, but more relaxed. If you know, you know. I'm really happy to finally catch one of these because the first 3 months of this year have been crazy for me, but things have finally got into routine, and hopefully I can come around more and have better streaming equipment as I go.
I'm hopeful for all of this for you, too. I have heard from 4 people in the last 3 days how the past 3 months in particular have sucked. So you are not alone. And I'm sorry that you're a little under the weather. And by the way, if anyone was lured here thinking that Sophie was going to be on stream, she has been having a horrible health time today. So send prayers or good vibes or thoughts, or tag her in something and let her know that we miss her and that we hope she gets better quickly. But we are here on stream live for your entertainment, pleasure, and satisfaction to talk about Dungeons and Dragons.
This was not pre-recorded.
Dungeons and Dragons. Gotta do the crit roll thing.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. Can you tell that it's like all I've been watching recently? That and binging all of Bridgerton, but I don't think that's.
Yeah, I just finished the part 2 of Kaimal last night, and I was
Has
like,
anyone been getting targeted ads for? There's like a Jane Austen D&D thing I've been seeing. That's like a Jane Austen like romancy D&D thing I've been seeing. It's probably because it's so niche that because they're like, this bitch, she loves
We can give
romance,
this one. Yeah.
but she loves D&D. This. And it felt very niche and very like
Some marketing person saw that and went, this one. This
exactly.
is the
This
one
one.
person we can
This
give
one.
this to. Like,
I have been so curious about it. I have been so curious about it. I always see these like really. I think it's on Kickstarter still, so I think it's like it's being like a Kickstarted kind of thing. But whenever I see like weird D&D campaign concepts, I want them so bad. I'm so here. My current D&D campaign, starting us off with a D&D topic, is all fantasy. It is supposed to be like the entire flavor of the whole campaign is we're in Eberron setting and everything is like a fairy tale, but like there's lots of fairy tales, but fairy tales that are kind of turned on their head. And so it's like twists on fairy tales and stuff. It's been very, very cool.
I love
Has someone been looking at my notebook for the next game? Ugh, okay. Never mind.
Should have told me that before I made a necromancer. Anyway.
Real quick, let's get through the nitty gritty and we'll get into the stuff that you on screen and presumably people in the chat are actually here for. Thank you very much, the Frisky Clicker from last night on Erik Braa's happy hour. Thank you for coming over and joining us tonight. Thank you, Jillian Foxglove, for the follow. Means a lot to us. Also, Ravish Death. I'm slightly scared by you. Squirrel God, thank you for everything you do. Bathrobe Keck 89 and Yogurt Sauce. Thank you guys for the follow. Welcome to the party. On this channel, we like to tell and experience great stories, and our favorite way to do that is telling them ourselves in D&D. So, if you would like to, we're going to be talking and filling time and getting to know one another through the guise of the world's greatest tabletop role-playing game. But if you would like to interject a question, feel free to ask it in the chat. If you would like to ask a question that's not about D&D, you can spend some channel points and ask us something unrelated. We have amazing cosplayers and talents and streamers and artists. And you know what? We do more than D&D, and you might be curious about how some of that goes. So you can use a few channel points to do that, or you can have us roll off. We've all got some dice nearby, and the stakes that we are playing for is whoever has won the most roll-offs by the end of the stream is going to get to terrorize their teammates here and change somebody's name in our Discord chat, which I'm very much looking forward to not being me. So I brought the cheating dice, people.
How dare! I brought the baby dice.
You did.
I brought a
The
raw.
baby dice.
I brought a
You have to use a magnifying glass just to tell the number on those.
Let's
So
see.
tiny.
Real quick, hello to Frisky Clicker, to Abby Kate. Abby Kate is my boss's younger sister. I'm glad that she poked her head in. Steadfast Samwise, thank you for the return. I'm glad you're here. You don't have to live tweet this one, though that was seriously entertaining. We
That was
really appreciated
hilarious.
that the other night.
Absolutely hilarious.
Christian JP, what's going on? Iski, hello! I saw some more of your art. Next time I update the art reel, your Cien art will join its ranks. Thank you, and hope you're coming down off of a good birthday.
What, was there another one?
No, it was the one I sent you.
Oh, okay. I was like, did I miss
In
another
his-
one?
in his
No,
little kinky
I send them all to
boots.
you.
Them little red kinky boots. Yeah.
We have already had a Ask Me Anything redemption. Tarvel, the ring wraith in the chat, would like to know the secret behind Rob's beard. So we're gonna throw that to you, Rob. What's the secret behind your beard?
Me?
Yeah.
If I told you, I'd have to kill you. So we're not gonna go there. No. Lots of patience, bourbon, and more hair care products than I would care to admit.
Have you ever checked out those like the beard like combs that are
I have
heated
one.
that are
Yeah.
amazing? Those are the
Heated?
secret. Like out of any of the people, well, first of all, I'm a licensed hairstylist. Hello. That is one
Hello.
of my many things. That is the secret to like the best Ren Fair beards, and like if you want to do braids and put beads and other stuff and have just that nice look, those are like perfect. Those are the only like besides for your products, that is the tool that you need.
Yep,
The
I have
secret.
one, and I was scared to use it at first because I thought I was gonna like fry
Die.
my beard.
Like that
but
video of the girl straightening her hair that's like
Yes!
back. Yeah.
exactly. I was
Yes.
like, I'm gonna have nothing left.
Well, there's
So-
a beard hair is pretty resilient because it's usually pretty
Oh, hell yeah.
wiry and thick
Mhm.
generally. So and those beard combs aren't like top of the line products generally. They're not like,
Fair.
the styling tools that you're going to see in salons and stuff that are used at like 400 degrees or like that kind of stuff.
Like
They're not that
straightening.
bad. They're just to make your beard look straighter. So it's not going to like, you don't have to worry about that
It's
kind of
amazing
stuff
too,
generally.
because like the last time I did it, it added like another inch to my beard, and I was just like,
Yeah, because
all right,
you have a natural texture, and if you straighten that texture,
Mhm.
you get length.
Longer.
Whenever women curl their hair, and if they're like me and they have straight hair, if they curl it, it looks shorter because it's not. Yeah, but
I have
oh,
a lot of hair, and you won't get this as a
Ah.
hairstylist, Jillian. My hair cannot be styled at anything less than like 450 degrees because my hair is like, no, I'm thick, I need heat.
oh yeah, there's basically a table of hair. This is so off topic. There's basically a table. I'm sorry. There's a table of hair texture, and it goes like A, B, C, etc. 1, 2, 3, 4. And
Yeah.
so your super curly, coily, like textured hair, like your afros, that kind of stuff. The reason their hair grows like in afros is because when they actually straighten it, it is way longer because of how curly and coily it is.
oh wow,
It's really cool. Like there's the shape of your actual strand, like your actual hair strand changes depending on your texture and everything. And that is all determined by DNA. So
Hey, what's up, Grim Forge? Hey, what's up, Mr. Adup? Good to see you guys in the chat. Use those channel points, ask people stuff, type questions into the chat without channel points, at least if it's about D&D. And I think I'm going to kick us off with the D&D question, unless someone redeems something in the next few seconds. Larissa, this is your first time on the stream. It's okay. There's if you answer this wrong, no one will know. How did
What's
you?
wrong about D&D? It's fine.
No, there's
Sock
just
Rob will know.
lots of things wrong with me, but not with D&D. How did you get your start playing? When did it happen? How did it happen? Were you sober or drunk like me?
I don't remember how we got on the topic of it, but Des Creepcore, who's one of the adventurers,
Yeah,
is my
Des.
best friend in real life.
Aw, I didn't know
Uh,
that. Cool.
Like, oh yeah, I go over to her house once, twice a week. We hang out, and 2018 or 19, there was talk of, well, I want to start playing Dungeons and Dragons again, and I was like, I've never played, and we just started doing it Saturday nights, and it carried on, and that's how I got started. I knew nothing about it, but she had a bunch of friends that did, and they put together a really nice campaign. And for the first little bit of the campaign, she and I shared a character, and so she was more or less schizophrenic, and so like Des would be one personality and I'd be the other, so that way I could learn while following somebody, because that's how I
have
learned.
never
that's an
heard of
interesting
that.
take. I like that.
And it just made me feel more comfortable, because when it came to the big choices, I'd be like, it's your turn, it's not my turn. But I
I
don't
relinquished
play
control.
regularly. Yep, this is all you. And then we ended up falling off a bridge and dying. And then I was like, okay, I'm comfortable enough. I can do my own character now. But for the first little bit, I got to piggyback off of her character and learn that way. And still to this day, we'll do one-offs and stuff, and I'll be like, which dice do I roll? Because some of them look exactly the same, and they'll be like, it's this one.
That's all good. When you created your own first character, who you didn't have joint custody over, what
Yes.
did you make?
I was an Asimir.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's a
Love
good
it.
start.
And so, yeah, it was kind of fun to be a Celestial, and somebody else in our party was a Tiefling that had a background of being a Celestial, so like I could see his wings and he could see mine, but nobody else could. And so we
Oh,
knew like there was
Ooh.
something different about both of us.
did you
And
both
that's about
just
all I remember.
did you both just walk around the rest of the party saying, "I know something you don't know. I know something you don't know"?
Should have. Yeah. It was fun. And I don't. I think my character's name was Lysistrata because I was a theater
Well.
major. And
Performed Liz Estrada in high school. I'm not kidding.
See, but I was
That
a
is
theater
a
major.
dirty ass show.
It really, all Greek shows are dirty though.
It's true, but like Greek plays. We did a whole study on Greek plays, and so my group did Lysistrata because of course we did. But that is such a funny coincidence. I love that.
I love that you know what it is because a lot of people I'll say it and they're like, sure, but a lot of the character names that I take are from either Greek or Shakespearean plays because they're so pretty.
I've been in
And
a
I feel like
Shakespearean troupe since I was
they fit.
13, so yeah, I love
See?
Shakespearean theater, so that's awesome.
See, that's my D&D backstory.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hello, Existential Nerd, by the by. Glad to see you back. Enjoyed your stream the other night, what I was able to tune in for of it. I missed my promise, by the way. Need to mention. Ty mentioned the subscription goal. You can see it above Larissa's head. That way. There we go. Finger. We are trying to get 50 subscriptions. They can be gifted subs, they can be resubs, they can be Amazon Prime subs, doesn't matter, before the month is out. And if we reach that goal, Tyler is going to make me purple and druidic, and I don't do cosplay, and it will be fun.
To add
Hell
more
yeah.
to it, the option I pulled for myself was a green rogue, so we'll both just be sitting here just
Oh.
going through the motions of body paint.
Want to trade?
Didn't know if I still had it.
No, you have to be purple.
I just wanted the road.
I just found my first D&D character that I put in my I scrapbook a lot. I just opened up my library and I found, because I was like, don't I have? Yes, I do have. Would you like to see my first D&D character?
Yes.
See if that works. There she is.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
She's like a
her
fucking
name was
magical girl.
Her name was Jezebel Rivendell. I think she was like 6'4", because I just really wanted to be a tall lady. Because, you know, who doesn't want to be a tall lady? She was an elf. She was a mage. Yeah, she was great. That's actually also one of the only games I've played in person. But that was back when I think I was like 12.
Oh, you got an early
when I played
start.
that game. Yeah.
I was over twice that I was about twice that when I started. I was old. I was past the target age demographic to be buying things from the toys section of Walmart, which still offends me at a very basic level. Oh, hey, Erik! Erik Braa is in the chat. Hello! They're multiplying. Yes. Sorry, Tarvel.
Why shouldn't there be two Robs?
Have you managed to catch Erik on stream any of these nights or seen him? If you want to know beard secrets, Erik Braa is the gentleman.
Man is a legend.
Yep, he can tuck it into his belt. Oh, let me grab that.
Yeah.
Decided to throw on the floor.
Erik made the classy mistake where you need 5 Robs for the 10th level spell, not for the stream.
Oh,
That's fair. That's fair.
Makes
It's a
sense.
very easy mistake to make.
So I'm worth a 2nd level spell. Let's see. That would put me in the realm of Leomund's tiny hut. I'll take that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A place of safety, sanctuary, and relative warmth. I can be that.
It's just like you cast
if-
Leomund's tiny
if-
hut, you get a free Rob.
If
with
anyone
it.
out there is looking for cuddle partners, that is all I have to offer, and that is it. I cannot cook, but I kind of clean.
You don't cook, you don't clean.
Hey Tarvel, why don't you tell
no.
us how you got your start with D&D? How did you meet the Mad Mistress?
Oh boy, so it all started back in high school, you see. Specifically, I think it was junior year. I was starting to dip my toes into it sophomore year, but never really got into it. And then junior year, I decided to go full throttle into it. And it was Pathfinder that I got started in.
Yeah.
And so because of how complicated that system is,
fucking
I
is.
went with Fighter first, and then I was like, I'm gonna try to be a necromancer, and I failed horribly at that. But so then I got into 5e during my first year of college, and that was when I played Wild Magic Sorcerer for the first time. and then that was the only class that I'd play for the next 3 years. Because it was just that addictive. I might have accidentally destroyed an entire nation through wild magic surges. Don't know how, don't know why, but yeah.
Just change your name, move somewhere else.
That's that.
Take only the essentials.
Yeah, that was basically the goal after that. Just hide away and never be seen again.
Dang, dude.
And then, long story short, though, eventually he annoyed enough of the gods that they're like, you know what, we need to keep you on a tighter leash. We're going to make you a minor god.
Okay. Talk about getting getting
yeah,
promoted.
Yeah, promoted, but also
promoted out of
forcibly
negligence.
Yeah. It's like, we need to keep you on a tighter leash. Obviously, we can't kill you based on all the encounters you've gone through, but... And he was a blue-skinned half-elf named Iskander, and he had an immense fear of sheep ever since the wild magic surge that turned him into a sheep.
I mean, Sean.
Whoa, hey!
What happened?
Thank you for the cheers, Erik.
Hey!
I've mistakenly, we have so much going on the screen tonight that I have the chat and the alerts in basically the same place. So they're a little hard to read, but thanks, Erik, for the cheers, man. I'm so glad you're here. I'm still working through the golden monkey from last night, by the way. We'll move on to the whiskey in a minute. Really enjoyed that, and really looking forward to next Wednesday when we get to play together and with Bliss. I hope the character creation finalization that you guys are doing tomorrow goes well. Remember, you can spend some channel points, or just hit us up in the chat, ask us a question, and we will answer questions not that I ask, but that you guys ask, and hopefully soon, Misfit will be back, and you can stop seeing mirror images of my face, because that'd be cool. Because suddenly, with twice as many of me on screen, I'm twice as self-conscious.
Oh no! Don't be self-conscious.
It's okay. I'm getting used to it. I'm doing this all the time now. We'll quickly just give Gillian a chance to answer, because I know people have heard. If anyone has listened to the podcast, they know my D&D origin story. But as far as I know, nobody knows Gillian. So what up?
I actually don't think I've ever talked about it online. That's like weird, considering I do a lot of
that's weird. You're
OC
weird.
content.
Do that.
I know.
Yeah.
I should. I really should. I need to do it. I need to do more serious, like, not just like, I just do videos as my OCs, not really like on. I don't know. But so yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I was like 12, I think 12 or 13 when I started. I grew up. My parents are Christian, and so I used to go to church a lot, and I was a part of a youth group. And I was a part of a couple, actually, because I had like friends that would invite me to other ones. And through one of these youth groups, we would do mission trips during spring break, and it was called Urban Plunge. And we got to do lots of fun things, like going laser tagging and bowling, but we'd also do community projects, and we would help just clean up areas, and we would help elderly people put in ramps at their houses if they needed them, that kind of thing. But we had some downtime, and a bunch of the guys were starting to play D&D, and we're starting up a campaign, and I was friends. I've always been someone who's, like, friends with a lot of guys. I had girlfriends, but, like, in that group, most of my friends were guys, and, they were like, Jillian, do you want to play? And I was like, what is this? I have no clue. I knew a little bit of it because my dad is an elder geek. He has been gaming as long as gaming has existed.
Right. Not elder god, elder geek.
Yes, elder geek.
That would explain some things, but please continue.
So I've been like tabletop board gaming my entire life. I had just never done a D&D campaign, and so that's when I made Jezebel Rivendell my first D&D character, and we played a couple sessions, and I literally we were literally in the middle of laser tagging or doing something, and I was like, I would rather be playing D&D right now. We were they were doing something that was really fun, and I was like, can we just go back and play D&D? because I got totally hooked, and unfortunately, I was playing in-person games for a little bit, but most of my entirety of playing D&D has been online, which is fine because, like, as an adult, finding time and a group that plays D&D super consistently is super hard. But I have a really wonderful group. I was playing 2 games for a while. I'm now only playing 1 because the other one ended. We did one of the Baldur Gate mods, which was hard. It was sucky. We just died a lot. It was not easy. I mean, you are in hell, but yeah. So I'm playing an Eberron campaign right now. My character's name is Trishana, and Trish for short. I definitely stole that name from my dad. That is one of the character names that he uses a lot, and I liked it, so I was like, yoink, that's mine now.
It's been said that we are only as creative as the obscurity of our sources. So that is that definitely holds true.
Yes. So yeah, I have been geeky like my whole life, but I did not get into D&D until I was about almost a teenager, and I have been playing it ever since. I have never DM'd though, and I'm kind of scared to try.
It's not hard.
Well,
it's fine.
I know, but it's more of a like, I have too many hobbies, like way too many hobbies. And so I enjoy being a player and being able to go to my game and just be done with game and not having to worry about prep beforehand. 1, I am terrible with deadlines, and 2, I would be one of those DMs that's like writing something down like 2 seconds before game started, trying to like make sure I know what to do.
You say prep. What is prep?
Wait.
I haven't heard
What's
of prep before.
I don't know.
I don't, to be fully honest, I don't prep a whole lot. Like,
Same.
my main bit of prepping that I'm doing for the Lovecraft game I'm going to run is just making costumes so that I can be the cosplay DM every night.
Right.
Just to make everyone
like,
completely unsatisfied with me for the rest of the life of this channel.
I am entirely spoiled right now because the DM that we have is, and I shit you not, Matt Mercer level good. He is the most descriptive, he is the most innovative and torturous bastard that I love. He is my forever, like, he is amazing. He is so fucking good at making him, like, just everything is so good, and we are like we get like so emotional, and we're so attached to our characters and the game, and we're called the Kings of the Forest. That is our title, and I adore our little stupid group of idiots, and he is a demon. He loves to ruin our lives and give us all the trauma, but we thank him for it, and then we continue on.
Yes, you're lucky to have someone who cares enough to traumatize you. That's
yeah, but he does so much planning. Also, my group is real terrible.
We have some things in the chat that I don't want to ignore. One of the things, Irish Mac, I'm real sorry to hear about that, brother. Plus side, maybe you can join us a little more in the coming days. We'd love to have you. Hopefully make that time go by a little more quickly, but that stinking sucks. Feel free to provide us with any more details that you comfortably can. Tarvel, you're getting some love. I think you saw it in the chat. People think your promo video kicked ass. And I did not miss it. Rollies was redeemed by one Tarvel the Ringwraith in the chat. You know what? I was going to just have people go, like, 1 versus 1, but what the hell? Let's all do it. Everybody grab a D20.
Oh my god. Pride D20. If it fails me, it's homophobic.
I got Abby Kate in the chat gave me a wood D20, and that's what I'm going to be rocking.
I'll go for the Janie dice.
Let me try and show it off here.
I did real bad. 6.
D20.
Oh, you got the Ragnar's bone? You were so hyped to get that.
And I am going to use dice tray sponsored by Misty.
Hell yeah, brother! I sadly have not a Misty Mountain one because my Misty Mountain one is home on my YouTube set, but no one usually gets to see me roll on stream. All right.
I'm mad because the first roll was a 6, the second one was a 20.
Oh,
How many times
dang.
we roll?
Just roll once.
So
Wait,
six.
next time somebody redeems, we'll all do it again.
I
That's
just wanted
a
to-
nat 1.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Wait, Rob, what did you get?
15.
Okay.
Okay, 15's the highest so far. Anyone beat
17.
15? 17 for Larissa.
I think
Ty,
I've won.
what'd you
I got a
get?
natural 20.
Well, I also think you won.
You know,
Um,
I
you-
think the dice god
It's my
is just taunting
Janie
me right now.
dice.
You know, though-
because I rolled the
Janie
nat 1,
dice.
and then I decided to do a test roll to see if my luck was just bad. No, I got a nat 20 the second roll.
Dude, I was gonna say, I also got a
Waste
nat
them.
1, so we're gonna have to roll off.
Don't waste the
Roll
20.
off.
Roll
And now
the
you
one
wasted
time
your
need.
20,
Roll.
bro. Let's go.
All right. That is a
16.
16.
I also got a 16!
We have another
Again.
rollies to do.
We gotta finish this
More
one first.
rollies.
One more?
16.
5. Okay, so I lost first rollies. I lost. All right, but it's been redeemed again. Looks like
no.
Jillian wants to redeem herself. So,
I do.
all right, here we go again. Everybody, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh shit. You know, if I hold it sideways, it's infinity. But it's really just an 8.
14.
14. Dang.
13.
13.
Natural 1 again.
What is I just rolled a 17.
Ty.
And again. Oh no.
All right, so wait, so
They're just
Tyler
Tarvel.
Got
Stop
redeemed again.
wasting them.
Tyler won that one. Tarvel lost that one. And it's been redeemed again by Irish Matt,
my
guys.
Okay,
This,
we're gonna.
this is all the
Screw
stream
me
is.
over.
I made
the pride,
this.
The pride dice is homophobic. I'm going with the pink one.
You know what? I
Oh,
think I'll swap too. I'm gonna go on to the
we're gonna
tiger's
roll the
eye
little-
here.
We're gonna roll
This
the
is my
baby.
rose quartz dice. So if it fails me, the
I managed to get a
energy
nat
is bad.
20.
Babies.
You got a 20?
You know, yeah, this
17.
bone die is kind of like just always going on the extremes,
Fine.
which means it's probably not weighted. I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's not. That's good.
All right, I got a 7. Tarvel got a 20. Anyone tie a 20?
I did.
I did.
All right, the 3 of you go. Let's see who wins.
On,
Should I
On
use
my-
a different die? I want to use a
on
different
my
die. I'm going to
baby.
use
I
on
trusted
my
you.
baby dice.
my glass.
What did
my
you do,
glass
Larissa?
dice.
13.
13. Rob, what did you do?
17.
I lost
You know, what?
again.
I'm gonna pull out my oldest set of dice, which is actually gelatinous cube.
I'm rolling so much better.
Oh, I
than
love
the
those
game,
dice,
and it doesn't
Larissa.
even matter
I've got
this
one
time.
too. They're over here
My
somewhere.
other new ones.
Gelatinous cube dice.
I love that one.
Oh,
That's
nice.
so pretty.
All right, the 3 of you that got
So-
fucking 20s, how did we do on round 2?
I got 11.
Not me.
I got a 5. The
Got
gelatinous cube failed me.
Sure.
Timeout.
All right,
10.
that sounds like Jillian won that one.
Yay.
All right, I have lost 2 out of 3. I'm in bad shape. I'm in. It's looking bad. Someone's gonna rename me.
Oh, you know what? We're gonna do. Oh wait.
Okay, Irish Mac.
Oh my god.
I am on here twice because we are waiting for presumably someone to come back and join us who is having technical difficulties. I'm trying to message them. I'm not getting very consistent updates. They were here before we started streaming, or I wouldn't have put their face on this, their placard on the screen. But Misfit will be here. Misfit will be here soon, hopefully.
Are we doing another rollies?
Did someone
Oh my
redeem it?
God,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Baby
Okay, I'm gonna
dice.
pick a different one.
We're going again?
Yes.
Again,
Ooh,
a
this is one of my
fucking
favorites.
five.
We probably
I can
need to
keep
grab
grabbing.
the rollies after this before we just have
I
a
got an
stream of
18.
rollies.
I'm fine with the stream of rollies unless someone
Ooh,
wants.
Larissa, I love that one. That's so pretty.
If all the
Love
people are if the people demand the rollies, that's what we will give them.
I got a 19.
Nice.
I got an 18.
16.
I got a 14.
Got another 20 on my baby dice, which means I'm definitely using these as my monster in Lovecraft so that I can murder everybody.
Oh,
That means Tyler wins again and I lose again.
is that 4 nat 20s tonight?
For your 4 so far, it's gonna come catching up to me. But
That's
my
when I start
God.
asking the like, is that weighted correctly? Like that whole classic, the classic.
it's a little baby. It's a
Guys,
little baby.
See, I
Okay.
want to
Oh.
know if mine might be
no
weighted,
weight.
but it can't because it's bone.
Okay, hold up a minute. Respectfully, respect bear this in mind, respectfully, Irish Mac wants more rollies.
What if I make a deal with you, Irish?
That's
I'll
it.
bring a rat out if we.
I'm
if we
pulling
pause
out the
on
baby
rolling.
dice.
Did
Well, that's
Since
I
I'm on the
do-
screen twice, do I have advantage?
Which one should I do?
Ooh, okay.
All right.
Which
Ooh,
one?
blue.
This is
Blue.
Blue?
Oh, thank
Yeah.
God.
Okay,
I'm
I'll do blue.
biased.
9!
Nerd
15.
in the chat, let us know what's going on here. Ooh, 14.
No.
No, wait.
There. No. Where is it? There it is.
Yo!
Ooh. All right, did anyone get single digits that time?
I got a 9.
Jillian then.
Damn.
Oh, an 8, Ty? Oh, by the skin of your teeth, Jillian. By the skin of your teeth.
I got a 15.
15, I got a 16. Suck it.
Nat 20.
I got a
Very
rock.
fucking nice. You know what, Rob? I think for your Nat 20, we haven't heard from you for anything. You have recently just started running your very first Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and it's been here on this channel. The VODs are here. The backlog of episodes are on YouTube. We have people on screen with us who have never DM'd before, and you decided not only to flex on them by trying it, but by doing it live for everyone to see. In your short experience as a dungeon master, what is one of the most important things that you feel that you have learned?
The most important thing that I've learned is the fact that don't make a plan that's set in stone because your players will find a way to mess it up. Whether it be episode 2 and they decide to split up the party and like, oh, okay, I don't know how to handle this, but we're gonna figure it out. Whether that mean, starting to just throw random stuff in, like a mime throwing an invisible rope blocking off a tent, or sending them into a torture tower. There's all kinds of random things that you can do, but it's just being able to think on your feet, and especially when you're playing in the Feywild like we are, literally your imagination can just run wild.
And it is really some of those little details, and Jillian was complimenting her dungeon master on this a moment ago. Just the fact that you had a mime put an invisible rope in front of a tent to stop people from going into it. That didn't need to happen. The campaign, it affected nothing in the campaign, and it is, it's never going to be mentioned again in the course of the story. But I'm not going to forget that. That was a delightful little detail that added to the verisimilitude of the world, and was definitely not in your source material that you just came up off the top of the old sock there.
But still, one of my favorite memories so far is whenever you guys went to the snail racing, and you're like, "Oh yeah, Chocolate Thunder was. I want that one." And we just developed its own little story arc for that race.
Threw that at you during the very first game.
And it will stick with us forever. R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Chocolate Thunder.
But no, I'm having a lot of fun with it, and like we were talking about it the other night, Rob, was like, how did we like get into touch with each other? Because everyone's like, oh yeah, I've been playing here for a while, I've been doing this, and I was just like, I messaged you like a month and a half ago asking if I could get involved, and you're like, yeah, how do you want to do it? And I was like, well, I have no experience, but let's do it.
Meanwhile,
And you
on
know
the
what?
flip
Kind of
side,
just
I told this story, but the way that I first talked to Rob was sitting in my absolute wreck of a craft room with no makeup on, going, "Hey, bro, show me your dog."
I could definitely open up my door and my dog would be right there.
Which, to
Always.
date, by the way, is the weirdest pickup line that anyone has ever used on me. And yet, we're still we're hanging out 3 times a week now, so...
Uh-huh.
But in all fairness, I was asking about your rats, and you just turned the pet thing around on me.
Oh, yeah, and then you forgot that you mentioned you had a dog because you very worriedly said, "Did I say I have a dog?" And I'm like, "Yes, you said you have a dog."
She's been
I love
stalking
your
me.
rats so much. I
It's
used
not
to
just
have
me that's done the
hamsters.
stalking.
Did I get a rat out while we're talking? Everybody likes them.
Yeah,
Yes.
Irish is here, so
Absolutely.
Irish always loves the
It's
rats.
gonna come out.
Oh man, Iski got to roll on. She got to roll a ruby-encrusted Wizards of the Coast employee die, and only rolled a 5. Still cooler than I have ever done in a ruby encrusted die, which is 0 times. Hey, Sprinkle, what's going on?
Alrighty. Oh, you're sleepy.
So in love.
Steadfast Samwise reminds us of the old Putin scoot.
Yep, it's the same rat. The same rat. Smell a little old lady. So.
All right. If nobody in the chat has any questions, and if you do, throw them in. I will see them and I will ask them. Hopefully, I haven't missed one yet, or else I'm talking out of my ass. Oh, wait a second. Grimforge redeemed the Ask Me Anything and didn't ask me anything. So we're gonna wait and see what they are interested in for just a second. I'm gonna take that opportunity to message Misfit. I really want. We're missing out a little bit by not having her in here.
Oh, yeah.
I knew she was real excited about it.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Yes, the tiny
difficulties
little
can be
nails.
very
I remember them
frustrating at the
well.
same time.
She's also, like, because she's older, I have to trim her toenails. So
I thought you were talking about Misfit.
yeah, I gotta go over to Misfit's house and trim her toenails, you know.
Ah, God.
Just getting old, really. Just
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good question from Grimforge. Let's just go around the clock again. We haven't heard from Tyler in a second anyhow, besides the offering of small furry friends. We're going to go around the clock starting with Tyler, and do you prefer homebrew or playing modules? And that can be, I guess, from either side of the screen.
Well, I guess let me get her up and close for everybody to see. Ignore her
Yeah,
little
the
nasty
little
eyeball.
black eyes.
Little fatty. Look at her. She's like, yeah. Anyway, I probably from the perspective of having run games, I find it so much easier to run something you create yourself. Not necessarily a full homebrewed world, but just like if you've made your own plot, all that kind of stuff, because as you need to make things up, there's nothing written. Like you can do whatever the heck you feel like. So that's, I think I prefer that. Right now we're playing through a module with what have we been calling you, Rob Prime, Rob 2.0. Yeah.
Better, Rob.
And that was, it's been,
Robtimus Prime.
Really, really fun. It's been really, really fun. So I think I'm not sure I would want to run a module because, again, like I like making things up, and I probably wouldn't stick exactly to a story anyway. But it can be very fun to run one or play one, and especially if you're a new player or a new DM, it helps you probably a fair bit because it does give you something to stick to if you're not really sure where you're going. But again, I like homebrew stuff. I love Lovecraftian games.
All right, that's a point in the column of homebrew. Let's hear from Tarvel. Same question.
Quick question though. What was the question again?
Cool.
My brain went ADHD really hard.
No, you are fine. When you are playing, you haven't DM'd yet, have you?
Oh no, I have.
Oh, you have. Okay, so either side of the screen, your opinion. Do you enjoy running pre-written adventures like modules like Curse of Strahd and Tomb of Annihilation, or playing in them, versus something that is custom crafted for you and less defined?
Personally, I prefer homebrew and custom crafted way more. Just because, I've tried the pre-written modules and whatnot, and it's always proven to just be a little stale, if that makes any sense. Like you can get creative with them, but there's only so much that you can do because the storyline is there. You don't have to write a whole storyline or backup storylines to those storylines, and then backup storylines to those backup storylines. Which means if the players really want to go exploring, you either have to kind of railroad a little, or like you have to really try to put extra energy in to make the main storyline more enticing, if that makes sense. Or at least that's been my experience. With homebrew though, it's so much fun because if they want to know like this like the genealogy of this one specific horse that is pulling their cart, then I can go into great detail on that.
This sounds like a very specific example. Like maybe this has come up before.
It has. The horse's name was Mike. It turned out that he was actually the father of all horses.
Oh, Ori. Okay, she just tried to eat the baby dice. It's this perfect size for her little mouth to just get right in her little tiny gob.
That's
Do
another
you have
point in
those
the
like tiny little yogurt treats? Because my hamsters used to go crazy for yogurt treats.
I have baby cereals, and I call them baby cereals because they're made for actual human babies. In there.
That's so cute.
We've got 2 in the column of homebrew that may change because we're gonna skip Misfit, who's not here, and go on to Rob. Rob, modules or homebrew?
So I don't have much experience. Otherwise, I've played in a homebrew game, and I've DM'd a module now. And personally, I can't weigh in on the playing because I haven't played a module. But as far as coming from the DM, I like having that, like, okay, here's the baseline. This is what we're doing. But then you can just add in, like, okay, you know what? We're gonna add in some side quests here. If you find them, you find them. Like last week, whenever you guys found the scary guy at the bottom of the hill, you know, that was
We all almost died.
well,
I was like level 40.
right.
And we're level 2. Rob.
We all almost died.
It would have gone that way. You had a tiny 2-foot-tall fairy and a powdered wig laying on top of you. Like, we weren't surviving.
Like,
and that is the most human contact Cheshire has ever had.
The cool part about it was that was all part of the book, part of the module, but it doesn't tell where to put them in or how to introduce them. And I was like, well, I want to get these guys in the story. How do I develop them so you guys know who they are? You weren't supposed to go blindly shoot arrows at them, but like just having that freedom, like, so I would say like a hybrid of the homebrew and the modules, because I'm not like a super creative person. I don't think I could ever develop a world or like a main plot to a story. So I like having that main objective to follow, but being able to branch off and just create other things on top of it is what I would say.
Roger that. Oh, go ahead.
Well, just hearing that also reminded me of how I actually set up my original world. So basically, like, in order to get around the whole building a world and having a main plot line, I basically had just a tiny town originally, and then I ran a one-shot for that town, and then I made that like part of the world, and then I just kept running one-shots after one-shots, and each one-shot would just explore a new part of like this world that I wanted to make. And so the entire campaign world is just built off the lore of all these one-shots that I've ran. So there's like random shout-outs to like characters that no longer exist, like a Goliath that worshipped walls, and called himself the Wall, and tried to become a wall.
I saw that old TLC show that was like the My Strange Addiction. There was one girl that was literally in love with the Berlin Wall.
No!
I'm not kidding. No. She was just like in love with the wall. Like, really.
No.
So whenever I hear worship of walls, apparently that's what's going to come to mind now.
Oh no.
I mean, that's a strong thing to remember.
Tarvel, you and I have got to have a talk about world generation and making your games all canonical with one another at some point. Maybe this is the stream for that, maybe this is not, but you and I, man, we got to talk. By the way, thank you, Bricks Brickman, for the follow. Welcome to the party. We're just talking D&D. Use your channel points, get that new gift for coming in here for the first time. Ask us something or make us roll dice. Let's move to Gillian. Gillian, homebrew, adventures, modules. What's the dealio, yo?
So I think there's pros and cons to each one. But you're gonna be hard pressed to find anyone that's gonna prefer a module over a homebrew campaign if they have done both. Because in general, homebrew is always gonna be and feel more personal in what I have experienced. But they're great, and I mean great, pros to doing a module. For some people, the time commitment of D&D is very overwhelming, and so if you have a module that has a set ending, that can feel a lot easier than jumping into a campaign that might go on for years and years and years. And for experienced D&D players that know they love D&D and know that they want to continue doing it forever until you die, that's fine. Like, obviously, for me, if my campaign were to end right now, I would not be okay at all. Versus someone who's new to D&D and doesn't know if this is, like, the thing for them. Having a module is very good for that. Also, it is good for new players and new DMs in general to start getting the ropes, because you don't have all and forever options. You have, and finding art and finding other things like that can also be difficult, and a lot of really good modules have your maps already picked out for you. They have traps and other fun stuff to give to your players that if you are not an experienced DM, or especially if you are pressed for time, like, you don't have to do any planning. And even if you don't plan as a GM, like, you still at least, like, there's differences in, like, what goes into different campaigns. And so I think that's one of the great things about modules, is that you still get the D&D experience with maybe a couple things changed and a couple things that are a little bit more accessible and easier. So I think that's one of the great things about modules. But I mean, homebrew is homebrew. It's being with your best friends and, like, you know, getting real close with that group of friends through shared trauma. So
I will say, sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
Oh, I will just quickly say, one thing that I love a lot about homebrew is it allows me to keep the players on their toes. Because a lot of my players have actually been in almost all of the pre-made modules that are, like, officially out there.
I think there are some good pre-mades that can keep you on your toes, though. I mean, there's a reason why Curse of Strahd is, like, one of the most classic modules to date.
Oh, yeah.
Well-made modules can still be everything a homebrew is, but it also comes with having to have the right person to flavor that module to feel more. Because like, as I said, most of the time, for me personally, I don't always feel like modules are as personal. But with the right DM, I think anything can really feel personal, and any module, any good module can be really just bring you in.
Oh, absolutely. But and that brings me to my other point, though. Like, at least for me, I can do pre-made modules, but it's a little hard to reflavor them in a way that fits my style. And so with homebrew, I'm at least able to be like, oh yeah, you think you see.
I'm sorry, a corn chip is trying to kill me.
I would sell you to Satan for one corn chip.
I've muted myself for some of it, and I got myself a drink of water, and it's just not helping. Hey,
I just looked down at Ori and just heard a. I was like, "Oh my god, who's dying?" Like,
Larissa, while I try and live, what's your opinion on this?
So I've never DM'd, and I honestly don't know. I think it kind of depends on you. Like, I just like playing. So if somebody tells me to create a character, I'm game, I'm down. So I don't know if I have enough experience to factor in which one I prefer. If you tell me that we're going to play a game of D&D, I don't care what it is, I'm happy to play.
I think the group that I'm in currently is made up of a bunch of veteran D&D players that have been playing for a while. And so it's a good thing we're not doing a module, because our problem is that we continually collect people. Like, we walk into a big bad boss room and we go, "Do you want to be our friend?" And somehow every time they're like, "Yeah." Through crazy rolls and just, being us. But, like, my group keeps doing that, and of course our DM continues having to find new ways to, like, try and subvert our friendship, because our group just really wants to be friends with everyone, and it's great. but he has to find new ways to like subvert our tactics, because we all have been there, done that with a lot of different stuff.
If I can, if I can pull myself together long enough to answer for myself, we just got another Ask Me Anything redeemed. So, if when Ravenheart decides to actually ask the thing, we will have a new thing to talk about.
New things.
But
things.
in my opinion, the question of homebrew versus a module is the difference between a very nice suit off the rack and a bespoke suit. Once you take that suit off the rack, once you take it home, once you make sure that it fits, you will make it your own, and it will become something that you can be proud of. However, that tailored suit was made just for you, and it's not going to fit anyone else the way that it fits you at any given moment. Tyler and I just had to talk about this as we're getting ready to talk about what's going forward here on Misty Mountain Streaming. And the Rimehold Ritual, the game that we're currently playing on Monday nights, is technically a module. I made it. It's a homebrew module, but it is a pre-written adventure that I have run before that will soon be available on our website for purchase, and that doesn't care that Tyler is playing a hilarious little drow named Luca. Luca is adding to the story, but if she were playing Cien...
laying under a shield
Yes.
and sleeping with a flying monkey on him. Anyway, go ahead.
Like, that has nothing to do with the story, and it affects the course of the story very little. As opposed to, as we're talking about running the next thing that we're going to be doing on the channel, I'm not planning the game until I know who Tyler is playing. And I'm going to make the game intrinsically, and the story that we're telling basically about the character that she is creating.
Give you free leeway, so have fun.
They are both good, they're both D&D, they're both a suit that you can wear, but it's going to be obvious to the person inside of that suit and to everyone outside of that suit that there's something different about the bespoke one. Thank you, by the way, TK11146 and Mike Runs with Scissors. Don't do that, Mike. For the follows. Welcome to the party. We're talking about D&D, and we have just been asked a question for all of the Dungeon Masters. Anyone who has DM'd before is going to give an opinion for Ravenheart. What's your opinion on player customization options? Are you generally in favor of letting players build the characters they're excited about, or would you prefer to have something that specifically fits your setting?
Who you want first?
You know what? Just go to town.
Okay. Well, because we were having this talk in Lovecraft, Ravenheart, when basically the question came up of like, are guns allowed? And I said, sure, have fun with it. So now we have like a middle-aged like gun-fighting old man. Anyway, I think it's good if you're gonna do a one-shot, let them do whatever they want, because people are gonna have so much more fun playing a character that is what they want than if you just tell them this is what you're playing, kind of thing. If it's going to go on for a whole campaign, I like Rob's approach that I just did Monday, where it's a blend of what you want mixed with what matches the setting. So yeah, I think a blend of it is honestly the nicest thing. But especially if you're doing a little one-off game, just kind of let everybody have some fun and do something crazy. That's my thought.
I agree with that. The DM that I played with for the first time ever, his main rule was he played by the rule of cool, and if you could make it make sense, he was okay with it.
I do have
So
something to add to it.
he just let us, when we created our characters, he's like, if you can explain it and it sounds cool, we'll go with it. So it kind of gave you the freedom to create the character and like, oh, I want to be able to do this. Okay, let's make your character do this. And he kind of held our hand through it and like, okay, we could do this, this, and this. So having the freedom to like let your imagination run wild, but also keep it real at the same time was my preferred method. Because at the end of the day, if you enjoy playing your character, it's going to help develop a story that not only the players want to continue coming back and playing, but if we're streaming it, it makes the audience want to come back and get invested into these characters, like our little blue fairy friend that now has kinky boots and a tall wig.
Like all the art, yeah. But what I was going to add to that was the one thing I would say definitely don't do is come in saying you can't do this, this, and this. Like if you have a few little restrictions of like maybe not this race, this doesn't really fit here, that's fine. But like the example I'm thinking of specifically, I remember somebody a couple years ago telling me that they wanted to run a game. He'd run games before and all that kind of stuff. And then he goes, yeah, it's going to be like a cool, like multiple magic dungeon sort of setup. And I was like, oh, that's really fun. And then he goes, the problem is though, nobody's allowed to play a magic user and you can only play a human. And I'm like, what is anybody going to do then? So like definitely don't go in it with such hard expectations of like,
Oops,
this
all
is the one
monks.
thing. Yeah, pretty much.
Oops, all clerics.
even
Good
have
luck
a-
balancing.
You can't even have a cleric if you can't use magic. You can't even have a cleric.
So, oops.
Hey, I want to hear Tarvel's opinion on this as a fellow dungeon master, and then we have a lot of rollies to do.
We have a lot of rolls.
Oh yeah.
We really do. A lot.
So the topic is player customization, right?
Yeah, would you rather have someone create do you believe that corn chip? Would you rather have someone be like, play whatever you want to play? D&D is a free experience and you can be whoever you want to be? Or would you prefer to say, hey, we're playing this kind of game, and if to maximize your fun and the realism of the world, we would like you to kind of play within these parameters and squish your imagination down into that box?
So ultimately, I'm definitely of the opinion where I agree. If it's a campaign, then it should be a little more limited within the scope of the world, because that's going to be multiple sessions. So eventually, like a joke character might get old after a while. But if it's a one shot, oh, freaking be Mothman for all I care. Like, go to town, be a cryptid if you so desire. I will happily find a way to make it work and make it fit within the story of the one shot, and just make sure that everyone is having a good time.
Why are you trying to eat my headphones?
I'm generally speaking, I have nothing much to add to what everyone has said here. I really enjoy having thematic campaigns and thematic characters, and that said, I have run a one shot for an excuse me. I have run a campaign for an anthropomorphic corgi barbarian. I love it. I just had her stat herself like a halfling. We'll have to talk about that at some point. Thank you, by the way. Huge thank you. We got a hype train started a second ago. Hell yeah! Thank you, Grimforge, for 2 community subs. Erik for gifting a sub. Rob for gifting a sub. Thank you all guys all so much for that. We are 5 subscriptions closer now, or 4 subscriptions closer now to me being a purple tiefling druid, and that will be your reward for your time and your money.
Listen, it's gonna be good. Like I'm gonna make some really cool coins and mail them to them.
Have you seen what Ty can do with makeup and a 3D printer? It's gonna be awesome whether I'm involved or not.
I am a makeup artist, so like I know what I'm doing.
And I am inept, and so it's gonna be fun. And also, thank you, Fof B- Fofa.
You reply, and I am here.
And I am a man who does not wear makeup or do any of those things, and has an enormous beard that will have to be taken into account.
It's gonna be fun, and like let me tell you, like body paint goes through stages where it looks like hot garbage until you get to like almost the end of it.
Certified jester and not cosplayer.
I'm ahead of the game then. I start off as hot garbage.
Rob, just hear me out though.
Yeah.
You could pull off guyliner.
I should send you this video.
I
have a video.
Tarvel, I have some pictures of my teenage emo phase to send you, my friend. If we can find my fucking MySpace,
I knew it.
It is probably still there with like the straightened hair. And anyway, also thank you, Casey Bassett, for the follow. You are about to watch us roll lots of dice.
What are we at now? I'm just gonna roll that many in one go.
I am currently battling a corn chip. Sprinkle, thank you for so aptly summarizing my struggle. We are at 6 rollies. We're gonna do them one at a time, and so far I am losing, and I am losing bad. So someone needs to take that off of me. We're gonna do number 1. I'm back to the wood die.
I'm just gonna get them all out
Nice.
in one go and just tell you off the numbers because this is a good sound.
That is a good sound. I'm going to roll one at a time because I have about this much space to work with, and the rest of my dice are over there. All right, number one.
Ori, bless every
I
single
got a
one of
2.
you.
Ready, set, go.
Ooh.
Oh, she licked
Oh,
it.
2 twos.
Oh.
All right, well, we got to determine a winner here. I got a 16. Did anyone beat a 16?
14.
Tyler looks happy.
Yeah, it's funny because there's a good spread. I'm gonna say
Oh, I
the
got
one
a
is
rock.
this one.
Oh,
I got a 6.
you're gonna lose to 2 twos with your 1?
Yeah.
All right, did anyone beat 16? All right, did anyone also tie Tyler for a 1? All right, round 1 goes to me for a fucking change. And Tyler has
I did
2
too.
losses. You're catching up to me quick. All right, let's go again. This is round number 2. 2 of 6.
I use my pride
Oh,
dice again.
boy.
See if it can redeem itself.
It's nice that you give them second chances.
Nope.
I do.
He failed his second chance.
I got a
Yeah, maybe.
7. Who beat me?
Got a 10.
I heard a teen from Jillian.
10, yeah.
Oh, 10?
Teen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine was 14.
14, okay. Who beat 14?
19.
19, of course, Ty. Yeah, why did I even
On
bother?
On the dice that Ori licked.
All right, I got
She's a good girl.
I got a 7. Did anyone lose to a 7? Come on, Rob, lose to me. Come on!
I got a 4.
Oh, okay, 4. Fuck, yes. Hey, thank you for the gifted
we're
sub,
not
buddy.
going to I-
Level 2 high turn! Yeah!
Ooh.
I'm excited. This justifies my job right here. that is 2 rollies. We got 4 to go, guys. The evening is young. Let's go again. Another fucking 7.
15.
Oh, I thought you were showing me a 3 for a second, Jillian, and I got hopeful.
No, I'm just showing the dice. I got a 12.
A 12. All right.
11.
Strictly average. A little bit above, but mostly average.
I also got 11.
11 as well.
You know, I'll let Sock Rob roll the next one.
All right. What did you
Oh,
get, Rob?
please.
15.
15. Tarvel, what did you get, my bud? Oh, you're muted, my guy. We can't hear you.
I also
That
have questions
explains a
from
lot.
Erik
That
when we
explains
get
a
back to
lot.
them.
What did you
I
get,
was
my?
wondering why I wasn't getting heard. I got a 9.
Ah, so I lose. No one lost to a 7, right?
Nope.
All right, I lose again. That's my 4th loss, and no
You're doing
one
great.
no one beat Rob's 14. Is that right?
15.
15. All right,
I mean, hey, at least you didn't roll a nat 1.
rifle's a winner
Like
there.
Twice.
All right, that was number 3. We got 3 to go. Let's go again.
That.
Oh my god.
Fuck. Okay, we're done with
Okay.
wood die.
Rose quartz.
Is that a
Beautiful.
1, Larissa?
What?
Oh, she was showing the die, I
Oh,
think.
there it is.
Yeah. I got a 10.
Oh, Tarvel, I've got
13.
Oh no.
13.
Also 13.
15.
Nat 20.
20 for Rob.
Ah.
No one lost to me again, so I lose again.
Rob.
All right, we're going back to the gemstone die. This
You
is
gotta like start just like blessing them. Just
yeah.
Right.
I'm just gonna
Please.
keep it. I'm just gonna
Wait, we'll
chipmunk
make
it
sure we get to that question in a minute.
until no, not really. We have a few questions too. All right, we're gonna go back to the questions as soon as we're done with the rollies. So this is number 5.
Yes.
Okay.
This is why I rolled all of them together
Thank
so that I know
God.
how many were left in my bowl.
It's the eye of the tiger. It's the dream of the. Anyway, I did
Damn it.
good this time.
I got a 3.
A 3. Did anyone lose to a 3?
I got a
Jillian.
14.
Jillian with her first loss. I got
Oh, no.
I got a 17. Did anybody beat me?
20.
No.
20. Larissa, how dare you come onto my show and kick my ass?
It's
You-
my cat dice.
Oh, nice.
I love those. I love those so much.
Larissa
That's
has
so
been
cute.
comfortably coasting at the middle of the pack, neither winning nor losing until right now. And comes out with a strong win. Yeah.
That's how I live my life.
All right, last one, and I got to go back and look for some questions here. fuck me running. Anyway.
10.
10, okay.
And
No, that sounds difficult.
Mm-hmm.
15.
15's the winner so far. Ty.
Did we get them? I got 17. Did we get them all in?
17,
Damn it.
18. All right.
Here we go.
I lost with a 5, but Tarvel racks up his first win, and I am at my 6th loss.
I love how the entire chat is rolling with us.
I
The
know.
hardest place for
I
sure.
expected this, and I love it. Okay, let me see. Let me scroll up. Thank you, Cheesecake Panda Cosplay, for giving out some community sub.
Oh, God, I don't know who
Thank
that
you.
fucking nerd is. Anyway,
Of
What
course.
a nerd.
we have a question from Erik, who then Ravenheart redeemed it and asked the same question for Erik, which is, what's like the worst DM sin type of thing you can do?
Oh.
Steve knows
Oh.
my fucking answer. Let's see.
You want to go first then?
Let's go. Let's go with Gillian, who is emphatically raising the hand, and we'll go clockwise again.
Because I've had it fucking happen to me. It's adding rape and non-con without asking your fucking players. Do not do that.
Okay, hold on. Did you say adding rape in non-combat?
Non-con,
No,
non-consensual.
Oh, okay.
Basically, if you're going to be doing extreme themes along those lines, or if you're going into like a drug use, or like there's lots of stories that you can, if you want to, explore. But you need to make sure that all of your players are on the same page,
I have something to piggyback with that.
especially with stuff like that is very sensitive like that. So
Yeah.
Ooh.
To add to that, I remember seeing a Facebook post. I brought this up on Misfits interview when I did it a couple weeks ago, where some girl was saying that she had left her group because she had a specific type of trauma, and not to like bring it up and trigger anybody, but she had a specific type of trauma that her DM then put in the game, and when she said, "Hey, I'm not comfortable with this," he just went, "Oh, it's just the game." So yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Ooh,
Like,
that is
and Sockrob did a really great thing when we started the Witchlight campaign in our session 0, where he asked, "Is there anything you're not comfortable with?"
yes, that's a very good question to
Yeah.
ask. There's, for me personally, that is the biggest thing, because that is an actual like morality issue, in my opinion. Like that is actually, if you do that on your players, I think that makes you kind of a shitty person. Versus there's a lot of
let's
game
take the kind
choices.
of out of there. Let's take the kind of out. It
But
does make you a shitty person.
There's a lot of choices, I think, that are so, like, we can argue about them and there might not be a right answer, but that is something that is so cut and clear of whether you are like correct or not. Whereas like there's other things that we could easily have different opinions on, if like, oh, well, if you're more of a combat heavy DM, you suck, or like whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like if you only do role play and you only do fights like every other session, I don't ever want to be in your game. Like there's lots of stuff like that. And that's all fine and dandy. Everyone's allowed their opinions, but that is such a clear-cut thing. That is like, there's a clear yes and there's a clear no.
Ooh boy, this alone may be another D&D Roundtable on its own. Just like fucking boundaries to never cross. And I think we could very well talk about just that all stinking night.
Mm-hmm.
Which is one of the reasons I'm kind of eager to move away from it. But I don't think... Raise your hand real quick if you have a problem with that. Cool. Let's go. We're all on your side and in agreement that is a great Session 0 topic. Every player has a line that shouldn't be crossed, and maybe it's a phobia, maybe it's a trauma, maybe it's just something that they don't want to think about for fun. And
right, it's supposed to be a game for fun and friends.
Yeah, that should be known to your entire group. And you know what? Maybe you're looking to run that super fucking intense game where the villains are fucking evil. But let's make sure everyone at the table is on board for that particular roller coaster before we go. Larissa, what is your big D&D sin?
Mine is make everybody feel welcome, and it's just because I'm so new to it, and I still ask questions. I feel like even though I've been playing for 4 years now, it's always changing and it's always evolving, and every game is different. So if somebody asks you a question, don't make them feel stupid. Don't make them feel bad for asking, or they're not going to want to play. Like, you could completely deter someone away from such a great game by giving them a bad experience because they don't understand something.
That is such a crazy thing to me that you well, first of all, yes, thank you, and that is a valid answer to that
Oh
question.
my god, you don't know what key points are? Who even are you?
You can't cast a leveled spell and another spell in the same turn unless one of them is a bonus action, the other one's a cantrip. Oh my god. Read the player's handbook sometime.
Patrick.
Feels like Mean Girls, but make it D&D and nerdy somehow.
But KJ, who plays with us on Monday nights, has been doing this for 2 years and considers herself a relative novice. And you've been doing it for 4 years. And I have had jobs that I consider myself extremely proficient in that I've done for 8 months. Like, it's amazing to me that people don't, like, consider themselves... I've been playing D&D for 4 years, and I've got it now. But that is absolutely true. This is a hobby. People come to this for fun. And if you don't make it fun, they're not going to come back. And this hobby's going to fucking die because no one wants to play with your ass. So yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great answer.
Welcome to being a woman in D&D and nerd spaces.
I apologize on behalf of my gender.
I literally cannot imagine.
But
cardinal sins, right?
Yeah, go for it, dude. We'll come back to me and Tyler in a sec.
One cardinal sin that I do is I really, really, really like to give my players way too many magic items.
Guilty.
So, like, not only do I give them magic items, but then I give them even more, so they forget about the initial magic items that they got, or they forget about the ones that they just had because they're too focused. Yeah.
It's that beautiful, like, you're in the middle of a fight and you're, like, down, so you're really reading your character sheet for the first time in a while, and you're just like, wait, have I had this the whole time?
It's like, yes, you did, John.
I'll go back to me, because I only count at the top. I think I've given up on Misfit joining us, which makes me very sad, especially since people have to stare at two of me, and that is certainly confusing to me, as well as probably other people.
Especially because they're looking different ways.
I know! I don't know if it's Discord or OBS, but one of them flips the thing, and, you know. Anyway. Worst thing a DM can do, if the answer would be different if what's the worst thing that can be done in D&D. But you're asking specifically, what's the worst thing that a dungeon master can do? And the worst thing, in my opinion, that a dungeon master can do is have a DM PC. Have someone running around with the party, solving the party's problems for them, being cooler than the party, and the story cares more about them than your players' characters, and it just makes your players who come here, again, they set aside their evening of this weeknight to come here and be badass superheroes, because that's not what they are in real life. And then they get slapped in the face by a badass superhero who makes their badass superheroes feel small.
I am a badass superhero in real life. I don't know what you're talking about.
People other than Gillian.
I mean, I did meet you. The only time I've seen you in person was when you were Catwoman. So
that's true.
There you go.
I felt so bad. I literally ran up to Tyler. Tyler's in her fern costume, and so she's in immense pain. I've worn those shoes. I know what they're like. And she's hobbling away, and I'm like, wait! Tyler! Cheesecake! Ah!
Yeah.
And she's like, who are you? She's like looking at me like I'm about to murder.
If it makes you feel any better, though, as I was walking through to go to my shoot as Fern that Thursday, one of the two from Cowbelt Crunchies was like, oh, I really like your little furry hooves and stuff like that. And I was like, thanks. And I was like, don't know who you are. And then like slightly later, and then it was like, oh, crap.
Yeah. Shit, that was Cowbelt. That like amazing. Oh, fuck.
But yeah, I think stealing the player character should always have the spotlight in your campaign. They should always have the limelight. And taking that away and giving it to someone other than them, especially someone that you are controlling, is...
Yeah.
I care about this enough that I'm going to use an inflammatory term, is just incredibly masturbatory. and you invited your friends come around to role play and watch you play with yourself while they watch, and it's just not fun.
I think there's like a really delicate line of like, even if like you're not doing it to an extent, I think there's a delicate line when you have really cool NPCs that travel with the group. Like Essek Thalis is one from Critical Role that was a really cool, very powerful person, but he wasn't there all the time. He didn't do more than anyone else in the group could do, especially once Caleb got up there. And that's specific to Critical Role, but in my campaign, we have a bunch of different characters that we kind of like sub in and sub out, and they kind of input occasionally, but it's really us that are calling the shots 100% of the time, and that's how it really should be.
I have Steven and I'm linking the podcast. I will soapbox on this all night if we continue to talk about it. So we have a podcast episode completely dedicated to DMPCs, or we'll come back and talk about DMPCs another night, and just I will stand on that soapbox till it breaks. But we should really hear from Tyler and Rob about what they think the worst things that the Dungeon Master can do. Tyler is first in my little order, so let's hear from you, hon.
You stole mine because I was going to give an example from my very first campaign that only ran for one night.
Please, and I'll try and shut up through it.
Our DM basically just said, "Oh yeah, I've made this character. He's a couple levels higher than you so that I can keep control of you." That was the wording that he used. Let me jump in real quick and say that Erik said he could join us if we want another person to join.
Oh snap! Hey, yo, dude, jump on in this thing, and I will get myself off the face.
That doesn't get lost.
So you need to make sure that you change the text.
No, bro, come on in.
So
come the hell on in, and I'll make it. I'll rearrange the stuff. People be prepared for some shuffling.
Yeah. Oh, but while that happens, I'll also say that I can think of some player sins too, because I've encountered this before. Which I now fondly like to refer to after like when I first watched the start of campaign 1 of Critical Role. I like to call it the Tiberius situation, where you have one player.
The mirrors, the fucking mirrors. What? Why?
In the letter that's like, oh wait, let me rewind a whole week after and just say that at the very beginning of the week I wrote this letter. No, just players that just don't like.
Oh,
how do I say? Put respect.
Like that's not even. You don't even have to take into effect. Oh my God, we are all fucked up. Okay,
it's okay. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Hey,
this is why I don't like doing it live.
I know exactly your pain.
We're doing it live.
All right, Erik. Whoa. Erik, you're going to be misbranded as Misfit because I can't change that right now.
Oh no, Misfit's fine. I'm happy to be Misfit.
Guys, Erik Braa, League of Legends voice actor and Monday night player of Ravon the Bloodlord. Hello.
Hi.
Hello there.
Meanwhile, I'm just below my name box. I exist down and to the left or the right.
we were sitting in chat, and I was like, "Well, if you want somebody," I'm literally in chat right now. Let's do this.
I'm grateful for the offer. Sorry, I was not paying attention to the chat in that moment.
No apology is necessary.
I'm sorry. I'm glad you're here, and I want you to answer this question if you have an opinion in a second. Someone was in the middle of answering, and we interrupted them for this. Was that Ty?
Yes, we did.
It mostly got out was just because my one thing with DMs like have already kind of come out. That, like basically just saying like in like a player aspect of like one player who just kind of side rails everybody, pretends like they're the main character. Kind of
you mean like last Monday?
Like. No, that was listen. You were in Dame's body for 2 weeks. Like it's fine, bud. No, like I just said, like I used the Tiberius situation from Critical Role because he basically just treated his character like the main character, and if anybody else was doing anything, quickly jumped in.
Well,
and
that's
was like,
actors for you.
But then he
it doesn't. You don't
Actors-
even have to get into
actors-
who he is as a person, just who he was as a player. Like, because that's a whole other issue. But as a
you're right,
player, he
you're
had
right.
so many issues.
Yeah,
And-
no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Before we move on, Rob, let's hear your answer to this question because I don't
I
want
have
to.
to
Larissa. Can we cut off Larissa? I think we cut her off.
Got little farty girl back, Erik. The little
I
Oh,
actually
girl's
don't
back.
have an
Nice.
answer to this one. I don't feel like I have enough experience to where I know like, oh, this is good or this is bad. I'm just, you know.
Oh well,
Right.
I don't have any
did
evil rules against it.
the worst thing a dungeon master
the-
can do is not provide snacks.
The question is,
Oh,
did the behavior stop the game or stop other players from having a good time? Which,
Right.
It
I
definitely.
mean, that's
when it
really the
stopped
issue.
other
And if it
players,
did, then
it did.
sorry,
You
I'll
could
shut
tell
up.
that it. You could tell that it did on their streams. He also lied about a lot of dice rolls, all that kind of stuff. So, just in general, don't be that player, you know.
All right.
Although I think most of the time people aren't nearly that bad. That particular player.
Someone help me. Irish Mac. Grim. Someone saying that Irish Mac asked a question. I don't see the redemption, but I'm honoring D&D related questions that don't have to ask me anything. But I don't know the question.
Where is it?
Someone repeat the question for me, because I'm scrolling and I haven't found it yet. That's a damn dirty lie, Rob. It's the player's responsibility to bribe the DM with snacks. Irish Mac, you are welcome at my table for opinions like that, my friend.
The only snack I need is bourbon.
I'm that person in real life games that like cooks pizza and ramen and like cookies and like gives everybody food.
As you should.
I'm trying to fault with this.
I cheat a lot. I love, one of my favorite things to do for party foods is just getting a bunch of the crescent rolls, like the Pillsbury crescent rolls, and then just stuffing those with like pizzas and like ham and cheese and hot dogs and like just everything. And it's the quickest, it's the easiest, and it's delicious.
I found the question. I found the question, and I need everyone. I mean, we've had a lot of fun here tonight.
Oh no!
I need everyone to serious up for this question.
Oh god, I'm scared.
Irish Mac has asked, "What is it like having someone as overwhelmingly attractive as Grimforge in your chat?"
God, it's unbearable. He gives us inspirations and
it's hard to focus
all the time.
I'm personally not able to really exhibit my reaction because I'm just so overwhelmed right now.
Really?
I'm actually currently wishing to perish.
Yeah, I feel like less of a man.
I am
by comparison.
It's the beard. It's the beard.
I am aware every second of my existence that I am maidenless right now.
You know that like
bro mood.
Holy shit. Misfit killed the mood of this place, I swear.
Hey, by the way, in case someone didn't everyone else got a chance to introduce themselves. Erik, why don't you say a little about who you are and why you're here?
We don't need to say anything about me, Rob. I appreciate it.
If you don't do it, I will.
Absolutely was just sitting in chat and I said, well, I am here. And I was joking. I really did not mean that to be a thing. And yet here I am. Guys, I don't know what to say. Guys, listen, I have nothing, nothing to offer except the bullshit of. Oh wait, hold on. I do have a question. How do you handle it as a DM if you've had a player, and we're talking the worst player, has not paid attention to their immunities, their these things. I'm sorry, I couldn't help, Rob. I couldn't help it. So last night, so Monday night, I forgot I'm immune to necrotic, and they hit me for like 80 points of necrotic, and I went, oh, and I left. And actually, it was a good thing that sort of thing ended, but at the same time, it was awful because I should have been laughing at her, going like, it does nothing. But I forgot that I am immune to necrotic, so the whole entire fucking night was kind of a wash.
Yeah, some of the things, like I always I have a character that has resistances against being charmed or put asleep and stuff like that. Like there's always like some certain things, like I feel like there's things that you latch onto with each character of like, this is what I got, this is what I can do, this is my skill set, and then there's like an extra thing. Like everyone, if you're playing, like for instance, I'm an arcane trickster rogue. I have my spells, I have my evasion, shit's great, but I forget like some random extra thing that I get from my race or whatever, and it always happens to me. So it's like, read your character sheets, folks. You forget things that you don't realize.
Not even just read them; it's know them. I was what or rollies. Come on now.
What?
That was me.
Oh, Eric's got to get in on this.
I
I got
got
to find a name.
Larissa looked like she was holding her mouth shut, like she had something to say. So I was waiting to hear what she had to say
Me?
about this.
No.
You were like going like this, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Is she just holding her mouth shut because she's.
She just doesn't. She doesn't want anyone to see her beautiful smile and be distracted from the conversation.
Oh well, I
Oh,
can
see, I hate
understand
my
that.
smiles.
I sadly rolled a 5.
Oh dear. Okay. Hang on. Oh boy. Hang on. Get out.
Oh, we got another rollie, so we got
all right,
2 now.
couple now. All right.
Oh,
First
all
one.
right.
First one.
Damn, I got a 17. I wasted a 17 on that one.
I got a 17 too.
19, Rob? Ah, you salty
sir.
bitch. I
Rob.
got your ass, though. What's up?
You
Rob,
salty
Natural
bitch.
20.
Ah! All right. So we got to decide who wins. Wait a minute. Who probably got the lowest? Let's do that before we do the roll off. Eric, what did you get?
Well, I had like a what was it? Oh crap! I already forgot. It was like an 8 or something. It was very small.
Did anyone have lower than an 8? All right, that's a good time. But Eric loses. Eric, if you do that 6 more times before I lose, I'll get to rename you in the chat.
Oh wow! All right.
All right, roll off, Tarvel. And then we're gonna go to round 2. Let's go.
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm opening up strong.
Okay,
That's a
that's an
15.
Dang it. That's
Ah, win in my column.
12.
11.
All right, Tarvel and I roll again because that was a roll off. So we need to get new rolls to go against these people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 11 was the lowest I've heard so far. Anyone go lower than 11?
17.
Oh, 11 is the lowest? Who got the 11?
Me.
Oh, Larissa. Hey, you won one, you lost one. You're balancing it out.
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right, I got a 16. Who got higher than a 16?
20.
I got a 16.
Tyler, stop copycatting me. But that sounds like a win in rifles column with a 20.
Another 20?
Yes. Yep.
Another.
Maybe.
Look at this guy.
I
Wow.
think we have
Hot
2
dice.
more rollies because Jillian
What?
did one and then
No!
Existential Nerd
Jillian!
did one. Then Existential Nerd did one.
Wait a second. Gillian, do we need to talk about... I feel like, coming onto this show, when I asked you, as a D&D player and a fellow luminary and an adventurer, that you might enjoy rolling dice. Is this correct? Perhaps?
No, I hate it.
Okay, well... You only started following us today, and I think every channel point you is probably used in this endeavor.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm here for it. Let's go. All right. One more time, guys. We got 2 more times, really, but here's the next one.
Ooh.
All right.
I got a 7. I'll be right back.
All right. Did anyone get
6.
lower than a 7? 6?
6.
I got an 8.
6 sounds like the lowest number. Hey, suck it, rifle. You know what? Since your name is Rob, can I just put all my losses in your thing?
Only if I can have all your wins.
Yeah, my 2 wins. You've already got 3 on your own. All right, I got a 15. Who beat a 15 today?
16.
17.
Tyler. 17, you said?
Yeah.
You just beat Eric by 1. He's a guest on this channel. And you let someone else win. That's your 5th win, Tyler.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. Did you want me to beat Tyler? That's ridiculous.
Physically, if possible, but otherwise, just roll better.
Listen, I'm built like Jane. I'm small. It can just kind of.
Get Tyler. I'm showing up at your house.
All right, guys.
Instead, you wake up and I'm just out.
We got him. We transform and roll out. Sprinkle. I love the reference. All right, we got another Ask Me Anything, but we got
transform and roll out.
God, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 more rollies to do before we get to the Ask Me Anything. So we're gonna do it quickly. All right. All right, 4 more rollies. Let's go number 1. Anyone? 1, Rob.
I was so close to being a 20. 14.
I rolled a 1.
Rob and Tyler roll off for who is loser. Who got double digits?
I got a 14.
Bless it. Just
Larissa?
love on it a little bit. She
got a
doesn't want
12.
to.
I think that means Eric wins that one.
Wait, what?
What did you say?
What did you
16?
get?
16 wins.
No, you guys.
What the?
I know.
11.
You guys, come on, meow.
Got what?
11.
You win.
Okay, so that makes Tyler the big loser for the first of the next week. Do it again. We got 3 to go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Whip it out.
You see me rolling.
Did you say that?
Another 16.
That's another 16. Did
Oh.
who beat 16?
13.
I got a natural 20.
Tyler.
There we go.
20. That's like.
Tyler, I say this with all the love that I can muster in this moment, but
Rat-a-tat.
fuck you. Did anyone...
Rat-a-tat, I rolled better than you?
I got an 8. Did anyone lose to me? Someone lose to me. For God's sake, lose to me. I'll pay you to lose to me. Okay, I lost.
Roll the 10, I'm sorry.
Here,
We can-
Ori can roll. Let's see.
2 more. Go again.
Rob, I'm sorry. She got higher than
We can name you Princess
One!
Come
Roblin.
on, Ring Wraith needs a new pair
My
of orcs.
God!
18.
Works.
19.
Nice.
8.
12.
Eric,
4.
Oh, crap. What did I have? Hold on. 18.
who said 19?
Me.
Larissa wins, and I lose with a natural robot.
You're rolling great tonight. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, another one. Last one, and then we can go to questions where I don't lose this much.
11.
14.
13.
Oh, that's cocked, which is sad. It was a 19.
think Eric got a
Became
20.
14.
A 20 for Eric. Okay, that's a win in Eric's column. Who said 11? Someone said 11, right?
I got a
did.
5.
I got an 11.
You got a 5, Tarvel?
Yeah.
Well, Tarvel's going to take that one then. I got a 12, and that shouldn't be so close to losing. All right. So at the end of this, by the way, I'm comparing wins to losses. So if you lose enough times and win enough times, you may not be the overall winner. But, oh my God, it looks like Tyler is going to be giving me a nickname.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Princess Roblin.
Everyone is Rob.
Robalicious.
Nerd rolled an 8.
Hi, Rob. How are you doing, Rob?
Let's
I
see.
like when they ask
Everybody-
for a ruling, they can go, it's Robla.
All right.
If I happen to win and Rob
Wait.
happens to lose, I promise everybody that I'll let Jane help me pick a name.
Rob Lobster.
Oh, hold on a minute.
So wait,
That's dangerous.
Ravenheart
That is really
redeemed and asked me
dangerous.
anything and did not tell me a question.
Even.
His next post was, "You all need to look as cute as possible, then pass judgment on each other. There can only be one." That doesn't seem like a question. I don't know. All right, I'm moving on.
I think they just made a meme of you.
It's less of a question and more of a minigame. I do not accept your minigame.
I did not hit her. I did not.
Next person to
I did not.
the freaking room. All right. Anybody who asks a question is going to get Steven's redeem for that one, because Ravenheart is my brother. Next question we have to answer.
I have a rat who's trying to eat the dice, not
All right.
bless them. I don't have a cheat existential nerd. How dare! He was farting on me on Monday. Eric knows.
You're tearing us apart, Lisa.
You're dying as a Bob. It's
right.
wrong. Come on.
A question-
You're being ridiculous.
A question for Rob, which means either Rifle Stud, Tyler, or I can answer it. Have you ever been so far as to want to go do look more like? What?
I freaking love you, Mac.
What?
I don't know this reference.
I know it. Oh my God, that's brilliant.
I'm just as confused as you are, Rob, so I have no idea.
Tyler,
I'm
tell
gonna
me.
assume this has something to do with
I think-
everybody
I'll
dressing as
send you
Rob.
some-
This is
I'll
a
send you
reference.
something later.
Far down
I'll
the
send you
sauce.
something later.
Tyler and I
Oh,
are too
no.
lost in the sauce. It's
Steve-
really bad when only Tyler and I are the only ones who know it.
Steve says Larissa wins on the looking cute, so well done, Larissa.
Hey!
Said you're the only one that
Another
tried.
thing I'm good
In
at.
all fairness, Eric and I tried. Eric took his glasses off for that, but Larissa still
right.
apparently won. Anyway, good job, hun. All right. Tarvel the Ring Wraith in the chat, whoever they are, asks the
Yeah, I wonder who
question.
that guy is. Sounds awesome.
You know what, Tarvel? I feel like you should answer this question first, because Tarvel probably cares what you think. What is your favorite type of campaign style? And maybe define what kind of style we're talking about while you answer.
Well, so I'm glad you asked me, Tarvel. So that is actually a really fun question. So my
Goddamn,
favorite
dude.
type of campaign. I'm dead inside. But so my favorite campaign style is primarily just like a little bit of everything. So you have your puzzles, you have your combat, but the main thing that I really love in a campaign is when there's a little bit of, or when there's a lot of like thriller elements in it. So there's suspense, there's mystery, and
I thought you were talking about the Michael Jackson song.
I mean, you could also break out into dance. Yeah, you could absolutely do that. That actually makes it even better.
That's a Michael Jackson thing, right? Like
To learn to do the dance in middle
the
school.
element. That's the thriller element.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thriller element. But then there's also like a little bit of a horror element. I really like it when it's like it's still a fantasy world and you are escaping real life, but at the same time, like while it is fun and loosey goosey, there are moments where it's like these footprints are made of footprints. It's like, and it's because like the barbarian has 8 intelligence and decided to become the detective.
Yeah.
That shadow over there is made of darkness.
Yes, that chariot
Which
is made
means
of chariot.
there's no light there.
This water feels wet.
I'm sorry. Just one more thing. Just one more thing.
This Tarvel feels like an armorer.
I am the greatest detective ever.
Hey, Erik.
The error field.
Erik,
Yes.
would you kindly shit on my campaign by telling me what kind of campaigns you like to be involved in?
I can only say, I honestly, all I can say is the same as everybody else. Like I want a campaign that's fun. It maybe has a couple of twists, makes me question decisions I did along the way, because that's the beauty of this game. Like you make decisions and you do things and you go, oh yeah, I did well, and then maybe you didn't in the long run. I was in the campaign and we went to go fight this scourge in the mountain, only to find out it was this sort of dragon character. But they escaped, and we were like, okay, well, we stopped them from doing the thing they were going to do. But when they escaped, they torched the town below the mountain. So when we got back there, the DM said, oh, you guys are by this fountain, and there's a woman holding a charred baby, and she's screaming at you, you did this! Because we fought the dragon and made it come out of the mountain, and therefore it torched the city. So that kind of stuff, I think, is like if you pull on the heartstrings and you let a decision that was made by the characters, the adventurers, and it actually is like has the the obvious result of it is something that could be terribly bad. That kind of thing affects your players in a way that I mean, I don't know. I assume that most people don't realize how that affects them, because all of us went like, oh shit. Like,
Wait.
what do we do now? How do we earn favor with the city, but how do we fix the problem that we quote unquote initiated just by doing what we thought was a D&D adventure, like fight this thing, and it ran away and we didn't know.
You mean
what it
I
was
can
gonna
be
do.
hoisted on my own petard?
Exactly.
That my actions have consequences? Oh no!
Like there are things like that I think that are valuable to the story, and it makes the players think twice about things for a while at least.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Irish Max says he just lost audio. I'm still my bars are still bouncing.
We're still here.
I just verified it's still working.
Okay. I hope it fixes, Irish.
Yeah, I just checked. It's
Irish.
working
I can
fine
only
for me.
assume that your birthday
Rob?
had something to do with it.
Where to go? Rob, and then Gillian, and then Larissa, and then we're gonna work our way around to us and Tyler. So Rob, what's your favorite type of D&D campaign?
So I don't. Again, I'm the green guy here, but my ideal one, like I want it to include dwarves and pirates.
Yeah,
and
dwarf pirates.
dwarf pirates. You know,
Pirates
Um,
with dwarf ears.
I don't know. I just feel like it would be a lot of fun because I love dwarves and I love pirates and like you said, the silly fun factors that you can mix in and escape reality, but also like Erik was saying, like your decisions as players affect the world around you.
Love it. Jillian stepped away, so how about Larissa?
Oh, I have two answers for this.
Give them both.
Give them both. So
Buy one, get one,
like,
opinion free.
Okay, I like puzzle, and so anytime that we do campaigns where there's
Fucking
riddles,
thank you!
that's
Okay,
my jam.
I thought this might be
Yes!
appropriate. You've knocked off the first one, except that may. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I love puzzles. I'm kidding.
I have a
Sorry,
whole
thank you,
puzzle
go on.
game One shot, Larissa. Someday you need to play it.
And then my other one is I thought about this Friday or Saturday night, and I want to be part of a campaign that has no business being part of a campaign. And so I tweeted on Twitter that one of the best D&D campaigns you could do would be with characters from King of the Hill.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Ah!
Oh no.
Listen, I
Like,
hope they want some
anything
propane
along those
accessories.
God dang it, Bobby.
No, no,
You
no.
see,
Hank is
Here we
not
make
just a
weapons, and we are
barbarian.
very
Dang.
pro-pain.
You dang all gonna hit with your sword and you're gonna do that thing and then you're gonna be all dang, man.
Never seen an episode of King of the Hill, literally ever.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
god, it's good. It's good.
It's good stuff.
Good is a strong word, but it is worth watching.
It's good
Barbarian
and you
walks
know
in.
it.
Barbarian walks into a poison gas trap.
Oh,
You
God.
think this can stop me?
Ah, propane.
See, here we don't sell amateur pain. We sell professional pain. We call it pro-pain.
Now that's a clean
That
burning
was-
hell if I've ever seen one. I'll tell you what.
That is not a
was
bad
actually one of
impression,
my-
Tarvel. Fucking hell.
It was one of my favorite
Whoa.
things. I put up like a thing after we did our Rob impressions with our beards where I had taken my beard off and it was just my sideburns. I had to like stipple onto my face to make it a full beard. And I put on Instagram and I was like, caption this. And I had one person who was like selling propane and propane.
Oh boy. Okay, we got another question, so let's get through.
I was hoping it would be looking ridiculously beautiful.
Well, first things
Really,
first,
really
though, I would like to
ridiculously
get
good
myself some
Yes, ridiculously
blast.
good looking.
Jillian, what's your favorite type of campaign? I'm predicting high seas. Let's see if I'm right.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's off brand. I've never played as a pirate.
What? Anyway, go
I
on.
have an OC.
Pirate.
I have an OC who is a pirate.
You've got a flag
And
now
I
to
have-
fly.
I have okay, so here's the thing. I have a lot of characters that I have created over time, and she was one of them. It was a campaign that was gonna be a one-shot for a friend's birthday, but then it had to get canceled, and so I never ended up using her. And so while Captain Fossmere may be like one of my most beloved OCs on my channels, I've never actually played her on a real campaign.
This should
love-
be resolved. This should be fixed.
It really should. I absolutely love campaigns where everyone is a little unhinged and there's like one voice of reason. And granted, like everyone gets things done. It's not a campaign where it is still teamwork. It is not everyone goes off in their own direction. Like that's not great. It's still teamwork, but it's chaotic teamwork.
Oh man.
And that is like basically like a team full of himbos or herbos. Just everyone is like not a thought behind the eyes, and there's just the one mom character being like, "Oh my god, you fucking idiots!" Like
That is how I feel. Every
Herding cats.
Wednesday night.
It's
Oh,
funny
God.
how I
is not
play,
a voice
man.
of reason.
Come
He's
on.
a
But-
scaredy cat.
That is
I'm
that is the
someone-
same thing. We are a whole fucking plane away from the voice of reason. Anyway.
I love combat, don't get me wrong, but like roleplay and being immersed into like the world is really important for me as a player, and my group does a very good job of mixing the chaotic with the serious and being absolutely insane. Like I mentioned earlier, we have a habit of just befriending every bad guy that our DM tries to throw at us. Like, there was a pack of wolves that came to us. We gave them rations and told them that they were good boys and just sent them on their way. Like,
Oh man.
like we just sidestep our
Oh,
way.
yeah.
And so we just did a really big fight, and it was really fun, and it was one that he made sure we could not befriend the character. And so we did end up fighting them. But like, I love my chaotic, stupid group that is just like, hey, do you want to be friends to like everyone possible?
Watch out.
Larissa, let's hear your. We have 2 more questions to answer, so we kind of need to go through them more quickly. Larissa, what's your favorite type of campaign?
I already did mine.
You already did yours. I'm sorry. So it's my turn and then Tyler's because I don't think Tyler has answered. So my favorite type of campaign is any kind of campaign that where the characters matter and that their decisions can change things. If there's like social mobility or a breadth of the campaign setting, like if we want to go west, we go west, and there is something there for us to interact with. I'm typically the player that bites on every fucking plot hook, so I rarely am departing from what the Dungeon Master has in store, and sometimes it makes me shoot a necromancer in the leg, and then he one-shots me. But I still do like that. Although, if you're asking about my favorite campaign setting, the one time I ran a fucking Arabian Nights campaign was so fucking cool. I love
Face shit. I'm
genies
here
and
for face shit.
Twinkali and genies and all that shit.
That's cool, but face shit is like my...
Oh, we're deep into face shit in everything going on this channel right now. I don't know how we all got on the same page about fucking hag covens. Oh man, we have 3 questions. All right, Tyler, what's your favorite kind of campaign?
I'll make it fast. I love things that are dark and creepy. Don't get me wrong, I love when things are really funny. I love when that flavor is dark and creepy, but I myself adore dark and creepy, which is why there's always like a flare of creepy, even when I'm doing my puzzle one-shot, and I'm like, here's a skeleton, enjoy it.
All right.
His name is Steve. He's probably chill.
I've got enough Steve in my life, for fuck's sake. That's my brother's name. All right, real quick. We're not gonna qualify this, but everyone's gonna answer this because it was asked. So I just want to hear a race and I want to hear a class from everybody, and we're gonna go around starting with Tyler and go around my clock here. What is your favorite race and class combo?
Tiefling anything, because I adore
Gay.
tieflings. Yep, tieflings anything. Absolutely love rogues. Also absolutely love wizards.
Hot. All right. Because, tieflings from hell. Hot. Anyway, Tarvel.
Yes.
Favorite race class combo?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna have to go with half elf, wild magic sorcerer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
Erik.
then,
go ahead.
My favorite follow-up one is Goliath cleric. Sorry.
Oh, also good.
I'm gonna say what one of my favorite characters that I've played, period, especially online in a stream, and that's gonna be Barbarian Goliath.
Yeah. Why mess with success, baby? Just go hard for what you know you love.
How about Team Torque?
How about you, Rob?
I wouldn't say I have a favorite race, but I'm definitely a barbarian at heart.
Yeah. Oh, these bearded men on the same page down here. These bearded men with glasses and black headphones. Look at them go.
Jump in on the barbarian train. My one and only barbarian is based off of this one right here. It's a gnome.
Such a
It's a
barbarian.
tiny little gnome who's always disgusting.
We can touch tips.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Wonder Twin powers activate.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
Thank you.
Wait, you have to be the shitty one.
You have to be the one that turns into a bucket.
It's yeah, exactly. It's always like bucket of ice and white Siberian tiger, and it's like, hey sis, how come I have to be the shitty stuff?
Because I said so.
All right, Gillian, race class combo, go.
No thoughts, head empty. So obviously,
arguably a class and a race with them.
But you're holding it all in with these.
I know. It ties currently. elf rogues. I've played a lot of rogues and a lot of
Yeah.
elves. I love my tieflings because I am gay, so it's a rule. It's true. It's a rule. But I did have a fuck ton of
Goliath
fun
gay.
playing a half-orc barbarian. Half-orc barbarians, and her name was Kahira. I think it was Kahira. And I still desperately want to actually make her cosplay one day because she was amazing. Once again, she's just a no thoughts, head empty kind of babe.
Whoa!
Oh,
Rob.
Rob,
Rifle
it's so
stud.
nice of you, man. We're gonna hear some sparkles for a while. Rob,
Rifle stud.
so
You're
we
the purple druid.
By
we
the
ha-
way, I now want to make a gay Goliath named Gary.
Do it.
Yes.
Gary! Oh, I
Rob-
stan him already.
we haven't
The
talked
Triple
about it.
G.
Mary Berry, so that it can sound like Mary Berry.
All right,
but it's
Triple
Mary
G
Berry.
is from one of my favorite movies of all time, Hoodwinked. And if you haven't seen Hoodwinked, go look up who Triple
Hoodwinked is
G
good.
is. Voiced by Glenn Close. Rob, we haven't talked about this on the stream yet, except for the other day. There are stretch goals for that 50 subscriber goal. If we beat 50 and go on, there will be a photo shoot, and then the nature of that photo shoot will change if we double it. So
we're
Rob
at 50 currently. So.
Rob is pushing us closer.
Would it help us get along if I offer the same things? No, I'm kidding.
Girl, I would donate. Fuck, I don't want to see me in sexy pictures.
I have a friend who years ago for April Fool's Day joined us with our me thing. So she was me, but she had on a rooster head.
Oh, wow.
Amazing. I
I
cosplayed me once, but I did not get good photos in it. So.
Oh,
Hey,
dang.
Larissa, what's your favorite racing class combo?
So my favorite race is Tabaxis because
Nice!
it's a cat. But if the next
Jeet has
campaign
wares
I
if you
play
have coin.
where I get to create a character, I want to be a gnome bard.
My
Yeah.
girl! My
Gnomes are
girl!
my favorite.
Fuck yeah!
I've
Gnomes are
never
my
done a
second
bard, and
favorite.
I've always wanted to.
So
Hey.
anyone that knows me knows that I am in love with Liam on Critical Role. Like
what would
really
be
in
the
love.
weirdest bard, though?
Oh,
Weirdest
I
bard?
got some ideas.
The weirdest bard. Like
ASMR.
you walk in and you go, "What the hell?" And there's a bard there, but they're what race are they? That's the weirdest thing you can imagine. Like would
ASMR
an
mostly
orc be
because it's
odd?
like I think Celestial is all like pristine, so I guess it doesn't have to
Hang
be,
on.
but like
Hear me out.
Me,
Minotaur
like,
Bard who broke off one of their horns and made a sax out of it.
I was about
amazing.
I was about to say Yuan-Ti because I love the idea of like a snake person in the corner of a tavern just going.
Like literally being their own snake charmer.
They're playing the cymbals.
Yeah, or just maracas and they make the rattling sound.
No, they
all right.
have if it's a snake person, they're in belly dance, like they're in like an actual belly dance
yeah.
outfit and everything. That would be so cool.
Real quick, more questions before we move on. My favorite race in the game is gnomes because everybody shits on them and they are so much fun. I love.
That's only because they're so short.
Oh,
I am
my
6.
favorite-
I am 6'1", and my part of the fantasy for me is playing a race that is shorter than I am. So I love gnomes and hobbits. My favorite fucking class is bard. Fuck yes, Larissa, love you. And maybe rogue is like a close second because I like skill monkeys. Next question asked by the chat is what is the airspeed velocity of a laden swallow?
A European or
American.
African?
European? Yeah, is it European or African?
It was not defined in the chat. I'm afraid we're gonna have to move on from that one.
Right, we skip that question.
Does it have to fly with a coconut?
All right, and then Sprinkle the Lich King quickly asking, what is your favorite color? Tyler.
Red. No.
I'm gonna give you the answer that I gave in high school when I was just like, oh, I'm so full of myself. I'm an artist. When somebody asked me that, and I went, oh, I like to draw, so I like all the colors.
What a creative!
I answered that, and I watched some girl on the other side of the room like roll her eyes, and I was like, oh shit.
What an indecisive
vote.
vote.
If it makes you feel better, all I drew as a child was rainbows. Like literally the only thing.
I like green and purple.
Thank you, Dabs,
And
for
I
that
like
community
really
sub.
like a deep red, like a nice scarlet red.
Man, we are getting ever closer to me doing a freaking photo
Scarlet
shoot, and we're only at the
Witch.
sixth of the month.
Ooh, that art was so pretty.
Hey,
Yeah.
Tarvel, what's your favorite color, Tarvel?
Show
My
everybody
favorite
better.
color is actually fairly fitting. It's royal blue.
I need to
Royal
commission you
blue.
sometime.
Fuck yes.
Ty, I
Horrible
really
if
need
you
to
bring out
commission you.
commission prices, but like send me something. I'm happy.
Eric, what you got,
Please.
man? What's your favorite color?
Purple.
Purple. Good color. Royal color. Color of kings. Rob, what you got?
I'm a fan of a good shade of red.
Good shade of red. What is a good shade of red?
You see my
Yes.
wall,
Your
my goblin
Yeah.
mask, my
Yeah.
other goblin mask.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all those different purples back there.
Fair
Red.
enough. Hey, Jillian, what you like?
Light purple.
You got a pink chair and a pink headset, but I bet you it's not going to be pink.
No,
But
I
that's
do
a
love
blue
pink, and it's
glasses.
mostly like the internet, like all the girls that used to get made fun of, and so they stopped liking pink, and then they like pink again now that they're adults. At that whole thing. But like my actual favorite color is forest green, followed shortly
Yeah.
by maroon or burgundy red, followed
No,
shortly
like
by
that.
lavender.
though.
What about like that
Maroon,
deep
very on
teal?
brand for the pirate thing.
What about that dark teal? Like, I love
That
me a
is
dark
actually
teal.
going to be one of the colors in my wedding because I love dark teal.
Speaking of dark teal, there's actually in the chainmail industry, there was recently a color that actually came out for a specific type of ring color called spooky teal, and it's literally just dark
Ooh.
teal, and it's really nice.
Very
I
cool.
now need a spooky teal chainmail set.
y'all
I
gots to talk.
desperately need that.
It's so good. I plan to eventually like make a dice bag out of it, but it keeps going out of stock so fast.
Hey,
Filling box
Larissa,
colours,
what's your
yes.
favorite color?
My favorite color is silver.
Silver? What a good
Mhm.
color. My favorite color, and it's much the same way that gnomes are my favorite race in D&D because I always get shat on. Nobody's favorite color is orange, so my favorite color is orange because I felt sorry for it as a kid.
Oh,
My friend's favorite color. Joby loves orange.
hey.
Cool,
I'll have
there's
you
two
know,
of us
orange
now.
is my favorite color on one day of the year, and that is Halloween.
There you go. Hey,
like
guys, oh my goodness. What would your wand be made of if you were, like, in the Harry Potter verse? Tyler, what would your wand be made of?
Well, a long time ago, before Harry Potter became,
Oh.
did the test. I think I got like unicorn heartstring or something stupid like that.
Oh, well.
Oh, on a completely different note, that's not.
If
Harry
you are a
Potter
unicorn
related,
in
I
the
would
chat,
like to-
no offense
I
meant.
would like to carve a wand out of the bones of my enemies.
Oh! That's hot. Let's move on to Tarvel. What would you like your wand to be made of?
So my one specifically, and this is because I've seen it done at Ren fairs, is I would want it to be, and this is also partially because I'm just a nerd who loves metal. I would want it to be made of wrought iron, which is
Oh, fuck
starting
yeah.
to become the rare. Well, it's not yet the rarest metal, but it's starting to become that because you can only get wrought iron now from sunken ships that were sunk before World War II.
Ooh.
That's really
Oh.
cool.
Like we don't
Rare.
make it anymore.
That's
Danetta42 and Honey Badger, thank you guys for the follows. Welcome to our party. We're talking
Welcome
D&D
on
and
in.
answering bullshit
Hey.
questions
I know you
asked by the
Badger.
chat. Come spend some channel points and ask us some
Here.
shit.
I hear Honey Badger and
Make us roll some dice.
I don't care.
Honey Badger don't give a
Honey
I
shit.
don't give a
Amazing.
fuck.
That's right. Hey, the artist formerly known as Erik Braa, now known as Misfit, according to my screen.
A hard name change, you know.
What?
We'll get into it.
Gosh, I lost the question. If you were a wizard or in the Harry Potter verse, what would your wand be made of?
Well, is there a dragon scale one?
As far as I'm concerned, it
dragon.
can be made of anything you say it can be made of. Because
Well,
my
I mean,
answer
it's
is not going to
usually
be
like a
made serious.
feather or a, you know what I mean? Like it's usually like something that has to do with the creature. I don't know. I dragon scale? I don't know. I'll guess that.
That's fucking great. I will take that. Hey, how about you, Rob?
Walnut.
Walnut?
Yeah.
Just like a teeny tiny little, just like carved
It's
from a
made of
single
walnut with walnut in the center.
Exactly.
Not walnut wood, but
It
an
is
actual walnut.
pure walnut.
Yes, it glows every time I cast a spell.
That's a nutty answer. How about Jillian? What's your wand made of?
So, like Ty, I took the test a long time ago, and I remember what it was.
Oh my goodness.
I was excited because I got a Fox Patronus, which is appropriate for me. But I remember it was Dragon Core Sycamore Wood, I think.
Oh, it rhymed? Dragon Core Sycamore?
Yeah. So I was Dragon Core and Sycamore Wood. And it was like 9 3/4 length. And I was like, that's a little on the nose.
Did you get this at Harry Potter Land or what? Where did that happen?
the
Pottermore?
There's the website test. I do actually have my old Harry Potter wands.
Oh, we're breaking out wands. Hold on.
While they're gone, Larissa, what would your wand be made of?
Got fabric.
I took the test a long time ago too, and I don't even remember what it was. But if I had to pick now, I think I'd want to make something out of like sea glass, because that would be cool.
Nice. My wand is actually on a similar vein as sea glass. My wand would just be a fish stick.
What happens when you eat it, or when it starts like getting real rotty now?
Then I stop casting magic, but I have a fish stick.
I'm sorry. Did you say fish stick? I'm
Yep.
sorry.
My wand is a fish stick. I like fish sticks in my mouth.
Okay. Not to like completely change the conversation, but when I was like 2, I had 14 fish sticks. And my mom was convinced I was hiding them under my high chair or something. But no, a 2-year-old just ate 14 of them in one afternoon.
That is
Meanwhile, when I was
one
like
gay
4,
fish.
I shoved like an entire...
Yeah, no, I was really young. I was just like ingesting them. I might have been like 4, but I was really young and still in a high chair.
How are you alive?
Friend of Tarvel in the chat, Danetta42 sees a Tarvel. You do. His first time on the stream. We're super excited to have him. Also, thank you, Dinner17 Charlie, for the follow. Welcome to the party. The party tonight is just talking D&D and apparently about fish sticks.
Slightly expected to see some armor.
Oh,
hey.
Well, I mean, if you want.
It's like I don't think
totally
he's
teasing, man.
I don't think he's ever more than 3 feet away from something metal.
True.
Yeah,
I wish I could afford your artisan.
Guys, you know what?
I wish I could afford it.
That little thing that was just on screen, if you want to see Tarvel dealing with some cool shit like that he makes himself, in the chat is a link to his Instagram. Go follow him and see some cool stuff that he does.
There's earrings. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff he's doing that's pretty cool.
This is my favorite thing that I've worked on so far.
Oh, hell yeah.
Puffs. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's a fun time.
This guy, he's doing stuff with metal and things.
Out of
this
foam.
guy is doing cool stuff.
I don't make armor at all out of anything, so I'm impressed by all of it. Oh my god.
You know,
let's just get impressive here, people. Come on for a moment.
Just as a little bit of a reminder, some people have joined us in the middle of this stream. Guys, everybody,
shit show.
Yes, very much so. That is all I am capable of organizing, is that type of show. All these people on screen have 2 things in common. One, they are friends of the Misty Mountain Gaming community. If you don't know what Misty Mountain Gaming is, it is a dice company. We love D&D. And there is a link to our link tree, so you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and listen to our podcast, see our YouTube channel. And of course, you're hopefully already following us here. We sell dice and dice accessories, much like good old King of the Hill.
Fine.
Deckstar82, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the party.
I sell dice and dice accessories.
If you are If you are particularly enchanted by anybody on the stream, you can type exclamation point and their name in red, and you will find their social media, or at least one of their social media accounts. The exception is Rob. Since there's 2 Robs on screen, you got to type in exclamation point rifle stud to go see where to follow him. The other exception is Erik Braa, League of Legends voice actor, who surprised us by being available this evening instead of someone who was having technical difficulties. This is fucking Erik Braa below us. And here's a...
What are you talking about?
I'm below you. I like it.
Yeah, there's how you go follow Erik. Go join his Twitch. He streams on Tuesday nights, and we drink together, and we talk D&D and voice acting and just the life of him. He is a voice actor for video games, for the Calm app. He has some audiobooks that he has recently released, and all of that shit. And we have to roll dice, people! Let's roll some dice.
Wait,
We got...
before that, Jillian redeemed to ask a question.
Oh, did she? Whoa, did she?
Yeah. What? Did I?
Oh,
Oh,
perfect
no, you
timing.
redeemed
My
the
worst.
rollies.
Yeah, we got rollies, yo!
I was
We got
like,
3 rollies. No, we got 4 rollies.
Oh, wait a
So never
second.
mind.
Did we have...
5
Did-
rollies.
I didn't have enough hands.
I think Tech82 specifically requested at Misfit, who is Erik, and Rifle Stud to have a one-off.
Yeah.
Wait,
All right. They tagged you and
Tagged Misfit.
you and Rob in this roll-off. So just the two of you roll some dice, and we're gonna go head to head. There's gonna be a defined
you
winner
win.
and loser here. It happens, yo. What'd you get,
It
Rob?
happens.
I got an 18.
Oh, that's more than a 1. Last I checked. I know I did homeschool math, but
that's a win.
all right, we got 3 more rollies to do, guys. From Isky, darling Isky, friend of the channel, did it twice, and then Tarvel because Agent of Chaos. All right.
Magic sorcery.
Did anyone get below 10? Raise your hand if you got below 10.
15.
Nobody got below 10? Fuck, I'm in trouble. What'd you get, Erik?
12.
12? I also got 12. Did anyone get lower than 12?
Got 11.
11. That is lower than 12.
I
Tyler.
just asked who has lower than 10.
Well,
Where did
no,
10
no,
come
you're
from?
good. I just wanted to ballpark it. Fuck. All right, so
Okay,
Tyler,
Bob.
Tyler loses this one. Erik, you and I don't have to roll off because somebody beat us. Who got the highest one this time?
16.
19.
19 sounds like Larissa.
Yeah.
Bing, bang, boom. All right, 3 more. Let's go again.
All different.
Or, sorry, 2 more. 2 more.
You bless.
Ooh, that's a 17 for me. Erik
17
looks...
for me.
Isn't it good?
That's an 18 for me.
All right,
Wow, thank
all high
you.
so far. 13 is Rob.
That's a
Got a
natural 20
5.
after she blessed it.
Fuck you.
Oh, you're killing me.
All
I
right,
got a
I love
5.
how all my
a
good
5.
rolls are now
Larissa, what'd
gone.
you get?
16.
All right, that's a loss
guys.
for Gillian. That's only your second loss, Gillian. All right,
We also got a new rollies for Rob's face off.
all right, we got one more.
Rob's face-off
Ooh.
looks like Nick Cage.
We got one more. We got one more roll for everybody. Everybody roll one more time. Everybody roll.
15.
Cool.
7.
Uh-oh.
Jillian looks
Nice.
happy.
Jillian won.
That looks like a natural
16.
20. I see the biceps. All right, giving that one to Jillian. I heard a 5. I think the 5's going to lose that one. Who is the 5?
There, 5 going, 1's going high. Sold to Erik.
Oh, 4 for
Wait, there you
Erik?
go. There. No, 18.
18.
Ooh.
Larissa, what did
I
you
was
get?
holding it the wrong way.
I'm here for the pretty dice. Dice goblins, every one of us.
You have to
These
be
are
if
my
you're Misty Mountain.
favorite.
I think that's a Larissa loss for only the second time tonight. We have rolled a lot of dice, guys. All right, Dabs just said Rob's face off, and I'm going to be inclusive about this. Tyler, you've also been a Rob at some point in your life, so I'm including your ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled the same thing again. I got an 11, very middle of the pack.
It's okay, Bobby. You'll be fine.
Oh no.
What'd you get?
Would you prefer Dick instead?
What'd you
Listen, Bobby.
You get.
What'd you get?
All
Don't
right.
worry
Damn
about it.
it, Bobby.
Don't worry about it.
Fire Bobby.
Okay, don't worry about it.
I
Don't regret
got
nothing.
a 20.
Oh,
God, yeah, you won. I got a 15.
Death by Snooze.
I lost again!
That boy.
That's
right.
Rifle Stud's 5th win and my 9th loss. Guys,
Oh my god.
none of the other of you have even lost more than 5 times.
Rob,
I'm pushing double digits.
I just want to comment that I think that your Rub Cheesemo is really in a full effect. We have a Bliss sighting in the chat.
What?
And that doesn't happen often, so I just want to say, like, you know,
Bliss, hello!
it's
Good
all
to hang
about
out with you
baby.
again. I wish I had Eric's text graphics up, because I'm about to have to take a fucking potty break, because I've been checking beat this
Oh.
whole time.
Meow,
Oh,
meow,
God. Name suggestion, Roberto Rodriguez. That sounds very similar to Bender Bending Rodriguez. a personal hero of mine.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
Ah, man.
Sorry, it's not
Honey
good.
Badger
Okay,
is here just to compliment Tarvel, saying that he is the man. The rest
Yeah,
of us,
but he doesn't give a fuck.
the rest of us are just
Oh,
men. Tarvel is the man. Oh gosh.
I
thought Honey Badger didn't give a fuck. I'm confused.
Oh,
Now you
he's
care about
confused.
servant. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, if you got the
That's
money,
why-
Honey Badger will give you what you want.
Honey Badger, exactly. I have the honey, so therefore he give a fuck.
Yeah, right. The Badger cares.
He cares enough that he's trying to slide into my DMs to steal the honey. Wait.
Guys, friends, I am okay right now to continue going. We're kind of past the normal like cutoff time for the show, but we still have a lot of people caring
This is a
what the
round
hell we are
table.
doing.
We're sitting here at a table and it's round. Come on, man.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to our Be Right Back screen, which has some art that members of the community who are in the chat right now, as a matter of fact, most of them, see some of the art that they have made about our D&D streams. And there's also going to be a clip of Tyler, who did something for Wizards of the Goddamn Coast, the people who make this game.
On the note of that, they just posted, I think they're going to do it in 2 parts because myself and somebody else wasn't in this one. But if you want to see all the other people who got to do a fun little Netherdeep transformation, if you go to their Instagram, which is D&D Wizards, you can see everybody.
So, do that, but check out Tyler first, because she's cooler
you
than
said
him.
doo-doo.
If any of you guys, if any of you guys on the screen with me have overcommitted your night and you want to be somewhere else or you want to be doing something else, I can manage that after the break or during the break. And I really appreciate everyone who's given us this much of their time. But for everyone who is in the chat, at least I and perhaps others will be back in just a few minutes. We're gonna go do biological needs kind of things.
BRB!
And we'll be back with you in just a minute.
Go, Rob.
Hey guys, I need to edit some stuff because some people left us during the break. Hang on.
Here, we'll have a halftime show with Little Miss.
Let's get
She's
rid.
stinky. She's not farty tonight. She's just
Oh
stinky.
no! Undo that. What? Oh no!
I see doors and only Eric's beard.
What have you done?
Half of Larissa's face.
At least it's my face.
It's just like that, right?
It could
and
be
now the
worse.
screen's playing again. Okay.
I'll destroy you all.
Have you seen that?
I don't know what I did.
There's
It
still more
didn't.
dice
It
on the
sure
floor.
really good.
sure didn't
makeup
work.
trend
It was
from
the
a
beard
couple years
talking. I
ago,
swear I had nothing to do with it.
Where people would just paint like a miniature face right here on their own face and then cover everything with hair, so it's just like this little tiny face. Just
Yeah.
like looking out from all this hair.
Tyler is weirdly like where she ought to be, which is fascinating.
It is fascinating.
A new word. Fascinating.
It's a homeschool word. You probably don't know about it. It's cool.
I just
Larissa, were you going
Charter
to
school, so I was
Planet
just
Comic
one
Con,
step
Larissa?
above.
No, I want to.
hell
I want
has
to go
broken
back
out.
one of these
Oh
times.
God! Now I'm huge.
Do it. Just
I'm
go.
working on it. God.
Just go for the heck of it. It's fun. Because then you can
I
meet
love
Rob
this.
and
Rob, you're making me feel better by the
I
minute.
haven't. I think the last time I went was 2008.
Oh wow.
It's been a minute since I've been.
It
the title of Misty.
has gotten significantly larger since then.
Really?
Oh, it's massive.
So cool. It's such a good show. I've had nothing but good times at Planet Comic Con.
I think last year it pulled like 60,000 people, and that was the first year after the Ronies.
That's so cool.
Yeah, no, it's my favorite con, and I highly recommend it.
It's one of my favorites too. If you can go. The Chris Jackson, who is the promoter for it, is fantastic. He puts on a great show. So if you can, go to Planet Comic Con.
I was planning to get a ticket and then like buy my plane ticket and all that, and then I realized, oh, those dates. I have to watch animals that weekend, so.
And
it would have been
outsource your
smart
animal watching.
if I used the break time instead of taking care of my own biological needs.
I mean,
to make
come on, Rob, Jesus.
make Rob to make Eric his own.
Oh.
To make Eric his own label.
His own window.
We're not talking Misty Mountain Gaming.
Gee, I wonder if it
won't
was
be
that
at
I was not
anime,
even
but I'll
invited
be
and
at
I just
anime.
crashed the party.
No, it's great.
There you
I
go.
honestly just didn't think you would want to stream on Monday night and Tuesday night and Wednesday night.
Hey, look, I am thrilled to crash this party. That's all I can say.
Okay, Death by Susan says, "Ooh,
Oh God! Well, while everything's getting fixed, you can see this.
Rob.
This is apparently from my half sister's apartment. Somebody's moving out, and they left this down the hall.
that is a bunch of deer feet."
What is that?
Yeah, it's a coat rack with a bunch of deer feet.
That is
It's
creepy.
a hoof hook.
It looks like a goat rack.
I don't
Get
like
out.
I
that.
feel like there should be
get
like
out.
parts, human parts
So
hanging
for other
in
Rob
those.
to now run the stream.
I got this, guys. Let me get me OBS pulled up here.
Here, I'll just swap our faces.
No one would know the difference with the same person. So
Who do I get?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
there we go.
I want to promote Misfit Playground. I want you all to know that it's awesome stuff. So yeah,
Does a
that's
lot
who
of
I am.
streams.
Guys, if
Wait, why is there now the Robs are switched?
well, Rob wanted to run the stream. That's the Rob running stream spot.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's
okay.
the superior Rob spot.
Right.
Thanks.
That
I've
is
been
the superior
deposed.
Rob.
Until minutes ago, I was the superior Rob, and then shit happened.
I do
Superior
have a
Rob.
question for you all, though.
Ooh,
Superior Rob.
that
I
sounds
know,
like a
right?
thing that the guy running the stream would say.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I've had some practice.
And
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Is that a Modelo?
It is because I found it in my fridge.
Larissa,
Somebody left it from our Super Bowl party.
Larissa,
legal?
why do
Is
we
it
not
legal?
talk more? You love gnomes and
What's over?
bards and cheap beer. How are we not friends?
Cheap beer is not my go-to. It was in the fridge.
But still,
But it's
the fact
Utah.
that
Are you allowed to drink
you'll
after
throw
dark?
down with the Modelo is pretty
look,
awesome.
If it's 5% and under, we can have it at the grocery store. If not, you have to go to a completely separate store to buy it.
Oof.
Oh,
I can't buy my
man.
wine at Target, and it's the worst thing ever.
I can go to Walgreens and buy
Target.
anything alcoholic that I
Trixie.
want. It's great.
I love going out of state.
Hey, not to run the
Yes.
stream for you, Rob, but we had a couple of rollies being redeemed here.
Oh
Oh,
my goodness.
No.
Well, I mean, let's get some rollies underway then.
We got hey,
That's a 20.
Vandervision, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the party. We're rolling dice, and at some point we'll talk about D&D. And I'm actually
I got
not.
22.
I'm actually not this guy. Are you 22?
Wait,
You
I
can't
think
roll a
it's
22.
Loaded
got a
dice.
That's a dice
the
joke.
sharp edge dice.
Oh, I love those. I really like
I
those.
I got a
stepped on it, and that's why I had to pick
All
them
right,
up.
come on, Tyler. Lose, Tyler. What'd you get?
What did you get?
I got a 15.
I got a 16.
I got a 17.
You fuckers! How did I lose with a 15? All right, who won that one?
It's a roll off between Larissa and Erik.
Oh my god, I can't believe.
Oh, I don't like this at all. I got a bad
Well,
feeling.
neither
about
do
this.
I.
Oh my lord.
19.
I have lost 10 times.
You win.
Larissa with the win.
All right, we got 2 more to do. Let's keep moving
Oh, I
forward.
don't want to
All right.
forget.
There's also a redeemed for just a battle of the beards. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, I don't think anybody wants any part of
Oh.
that.
That's a 15.
I don't want to lose.
I got an 11.
I got a 10.
10.
I got a 16.
All right. So, what did you say, Ty?
15?
15. I think the 15 wins, right?
16.
Oh, 16 for Erik. Okay. So now Rob and I have to roll off for lowest roll. That's an 11.
14.
Fuck.
What the hell is that, Larissa?
It's
Was that
a
one of the
Misty
tubes of
Mountain
dice?
Gaming
It's a
dice
tube.
Oh, all right.
All right,
I'm sorry.
last one.
I was starting to get concerned.
All right, this one is
Whole minute.
this one is just for the beard havers, which I still include Tyler in because of last week. So everybody but
The least amount
Larissa.
of hair on
Seriously.
this entire stream.
Go.
I have the least amount of hair in general on this entire stream. Like,
All right, guys. Well, good news. I know who lost. Who won?
got a
17.
3.
All right, Rob won. I got a 12.
Rifle Stud wins. Rob loses with a natural
you get?
1.
Okay, yeah, I got a 3.
Guys,
So,
Oh.
I have lost this game. It's very possible to neither win nor lose, by the way. It is very difficult to lose in a game that formerly involved 7 people. I have lost 12 times.
Wow, that's funny. I just rolled a 12.
If only I could roll a 12, maybe I wouldn't lose so much.
I'm just curious. I really want to see.
Anyway.
I'm just going to say I think the dice is the real loser here because it rolled garbage for awesome.
All right.
Okay.
I don't pay for everything I get from Misty Mountain Gaming dice. I paid for these dice. I feel fucking betrayed.
Ori does in
You
fact
need
work.
the dunce chairs for your dice when they don't
You
roll
need
right.
one of-
I need an
you need one of my-
incinerator.
Like a timeout chair.
Yeah, you need one of my jails. One of my mimic jails.
Oh, yeah. Right here.
Guys, Vandervision redeemed
Yeah.
Vandervision redeemed rollies, so we're going again. Vandervision rollies is everybody rolls a d20 and I get mad.
It's the best game.
Ooh, that's a 19.
Oh, you don't get mad this time at me. I can tell you that much.
I got a
Well.
6. Okay. Okay. Did anyone beat Tyler's 19? All right.
Everybody beat my 2.
That's right. It's a goddamn miracle. So yes, the very low stakes are if we all roll d20s and the most frequent winner gets to change the Discord name of the most frequent loser. So at this point, it is someone gets to change my Discord name.
She goes with the baby dice. Okay, we're not gonna actually eat the baby dice though. Stop trying baby dice.
If you are still here, or if you haven't joined us, I'm gonna move us back. By the way, people are probably getting fucking confused. They want to follow. They want to follow Rob, and they're gonna accidentally be disappointed to know that I'm on the other end of that Instagram account.
Rob.
Yeah, I think you want to make sure that the real rifle stud is the real rifle stud.
Would the real rifle stud please stand up?
No.
Okay.
Come on, Slim Shady.
And besides, my Instagram is not pictures of me; it's pictures of everyone else. So
you're a photographer.
Well,
that's
mine's
how it works.
a beer. Mine's a beers.
Okay,
regrettably, a lot of pictures of me.
Well, there is.
That's
a lot
why
of
it's so
pictures of
great.
Me, but they're
and same for
they're
Larissa.
usually boothies.
Me too.
My Instagram is basically non-existent, but
actually, my Instagram also has a lot of rats on it. To the point that I think if I made an Instagram for my rats, they'd very quickly overtake my count.
I wonder.
I'm just gonna say that Samwise Twitter reaction to our stream on Monday.
Yes, I sent her a
had
DM
a really
about that.
great rat one in there, by the way. Was the Putin scoot or whatever? It was so good.
We've probably got several new people following us right now, so I'm going to take a second to say, guys, normally we're a D&D channel.
Normally.
Misty Mountain Mondays, Monday nights, I run a D&D game. Tyler's in it, and it's pretty fucking fun. Very shortly, Tyler will be running her own D&D game that I am not going to be involved in, and I'm very excited for that. That will be happening in a couple of Mondays from now. Rifle Stud, who is now in his appropriate box, runs on Wednesday nights. The only reason we're not doing D&D right now is one of our players is off having an adult life.
Disney World.
Yes, doing cooler things than being on Twitch right now.
World.
And we didn't want to play without them. And Friday nights, we usually have a community stream where you guys in the chat can interact with us, play video games with us. This Friday, we're doing Among Us, and it should be hella fun. And you can... Here, let me actually do my job and put our links in the chat. If you want to know what we're up to, click that link. You'll be taken to a link tree of links where you will never have to wonder what we're doing ever again. The person ineptly labeled by some jackass as Misfit Playland down there in the bottom is League of Legends voice actor Erik Braa, who joins us on Monday nights out of the goodness of his heart and is an incredible person who is also a Twitch streamer and who, let me continue to do my job. You can see what he's up to on Twitch.
You can't say the kindness of my heart. Because
I just
getting
did.
to know
I
you
can.
and I mean, I'm serious. Like it's been a real joy, and the entire Misty Mountain crew has been very welcoming and very nice, overly nice actually. And yeah, I feel like a total douche at the moment. But thank you. I can't thank you guys enough.
Yeah, hey, feelings do not always reflect reality. That is one of the things I have had to come to terms with as an adult, and you are not a douche. You are welcome to feel that way, but stop as soon as you possibly can. And meanwhile, Larissa is joining us for the first time on D&D.
Yay.
She is a cool grammar and occasional TikToker and influencer for Misty Mountain Gaming, and we are just so delighted to have you. Thank you for joining us tonight and making our nights and joining us to talk about, our favorite thing.
Yeah, I'm happy I finally made one of these because when the campaign started, I was like, oh, I really want to do that, but I don't have the equipment to do it and have it be nice quality yet. So
you want to know the great part about that is you're doing right now what you need to play in a campaign. So
in my mind, I didn't know that. I was like, I need a computer, I need like a nice camera. But that's nice to know that this looks great.
It helps I'm using my iPhone headphones and just the camera that's on my Apple.
This is the nicest piece of gaming equipment I own.
You're very fine. Here's the thing that I guess I should probably say this in the Discord at some point. By the way, we have a Discord. Joining. Quality comes from people. It doesn't come from equipment. And I'm delighted to have you here. I've had my buddy Steven, Banjo Bravo, if anyone has followed this channel for a while. has joined us from his stinking phone at an Airbnb before. And everybody else was in landscape, and he was in portrait, and it didn't matter. We still enjoyed his ass. So don't let that stop you. I have Tarvel joined us from a laptop. This is his first time. He was here before the break. Anyone that joined us after the fact, and he got his laptop working like 15 minutes before we started recording, and he was still able to be a part of it with us. So don't let that stop you. You are the commodity, not your equipment, and we are so glad you're here.
I don't know.
I have within the past year, I have 3 monitors, and 2 of them are hand-me-downs. I have 2 cameras, and both of them are not great cameras. I have the Amazon recommended microphone, which is not a great microphone, and don't let equipment stop you. We're happy to have you however you're able to join.
Yay! I'm just glad it worked. I'm glad that I have some sort of backdrop too, because we were moving stuff around yesterday afternoon to at least make something look nice. So
I like it.
I'm glad
though.
It worked. Thank you.
By the by, we have a question in the chat. One Erik Braa in the chat has asked us the question: what's the worst thing to happen to you by a fellow player? And let's go clockwise again. We're going to start with the rat girl Tyler.
Oh, but I have to think though, because I've had it very lucky that everybody's been really nice whenever I've played. Aside from that one DM, so I have to think.
Okay.
Well, it could be planned. It could be a thing that happened by design, but.
Well, no, because I'm also that kind of player that just kind of laughs everything off, you know.
Well,
like
I always hate it when like you have a player and you say something about their character and then they go no. It's like the sort of general actor of yes and, right? Where you're supposed to go like, yeah. Like even if you don't want to admit you did it, you go, oh, yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, I did it because of, you know what I mean? Like maybe, and that allows the person to like create more character from it. But I've had people shut it down where you go like, oh, I guess I was mistaken. Maybe they don't know that. You know what I mean? Like it's as an RP during an RP is, you know what I mean? Like specifically.
Yeah.
Is that your least favorite thing?
Oh no, my least favorite was the fact that when I was playing on Ukador season 1 or whatever, Torque, we had a guy named my friend Bo, who's a wonderful actor person, let alone. And I introduced him and the DM, and I didn't know what they were planning. And he brought in the character, and I was like, oh, cool. And he was this little guy named Ted, who had armor that was oversized for him. And we never questioned it. We just, he had this Kermit the Frog voice. Oh, yeah. Hey, guys. How are you? Cool. I'm Ted. Oh, cool. And we helped him and got him off this like boat and like we did all this stuff only to have him come back like 4 episodes later or something, and basically it revealed that he was the reason that all this shit was going wrong and that he grew into the armor and he was this like fucked up it was brutal. I've never had a player at the table turn into the antagonist, and it was utterly amazing. But at the same time sucked because we were like, you're a dick, because the whole time he knew it was probably gonna happen.
That is a very divisive thing, because Matt Colville, I don't know if anybody like, you know, YouTube's D&D like I do, talked about how a player being in on something with a dungeon master was one of his favorite moments in D&D. And it's really about how you handle it and how you present it and how the players handle the fallout. But it can so easily go wrong and be unwelcome.
Oh yeah, no, I literally to this day, we all love Bo, but every time he'll post something, it's mostly GW, but he'll post something like traitor. Like we used to say, like Ted the fighter, he'd be like Ted the traitor, because he ended up being the bad guy. The worst part was the fact that we thought he was on our side, and there was a major battle fighting the hordes off of the city, kind of thing, and we were inside the keep, and suddenly he's there with GW played Jadobi, and Jadobi's sister was the sort of the monarchy of that city. And yeah, then all of a sudden he cut to, he's got the knife to her throat and then kills her. And we're like, the whole time we'd been working with this guy, like helping him, like, it was the worst.
Man, Jadobi Wan Kenobi was one of my favorite characters in the trilogy too, and it's a real shame that they turned heel on us. Rob Thompson,
Oh,
what is your least favorite PvP moment? What's the worst thing a player has done to you?
so we brought in a character, and so this was a campaign, the one campaign that I've ever played in. It was full of a table of brand new people, one experienced player. So we brought in one additional person because somebody had to leave. They're very heavily like a min-maxer, a rules lawyer. Like, actually, you can't do that. Like we had a druid that all she wanted to do was turn into a naked bear, like a furless bear.
I thought you were going to say a naked mole rat, and all the Kim Possible memories were about to float to the surface.
So like you had the mixture of all
Rule
of that
34
going
or
on.
something?
You had all of that going on, and then like half the party it was going to be
There's a
moving
43.
away because we were playing in person, and they so it was trying to wrap up the campaign real quick so that we could end the story and then we could start a new one or continuation, whatever we need to do. And like he started to fly away, and he just like turned around and like rained down arrows on the entire party as he was leaving. And it's like oh, literally why? Like that was such a dick move. Needless to say, he was never invited to come back and play. But
that's messed up. Hey, Larissa.
Yeah.
That was the worst thing that a fellow player ever did to you.
So nobody's done anything bad to me, and I think it's because that the people that play with me have to be patient, and so they probably feel bad for me and they don't want to ruin my experience. But this is back for anybody that joined us after the break. My first time playing Des Creepcore, who's one of the adventurers with Misty Mountain Gaming, who's my real life best friend. She and I did a character together so I could learn by watching her do it. And so it was her turn, and we had an NPC, our DM made like this little guy, and he would play the bongos. And so he would just like sit and kind of hit the table. And she was so sick of him doing it that she's like, I'm going to take these bongos away from you. And he's like, okay, do a strength check. And she rolls a natural 20, and she like takes the bongos, rips it out of his hand, and just like throws it, and they shattered. And he, perfectly in character, just screamed for like 3 solid minutes. And this was back in 2018, 2019, whenever we started playing. And we still bring it up to this day that she ruined, his name was Snot Snarl, and she broke Snot Snarl's bongos. And I mean, he just screamed. And so, like I said, nothing happened to me, but I've witnessed somebody do something pretty bad to another, and it was an NPC too, but...
I mean, bad is bad. Man, that is... I relate to Des a little bit. By the way, Des, I've wanted to get onto this channel, and her excuse has been that she doesn't have a great like streaming setup or anything, same as yours. Tell her that you came on and it was fine, or that she can come fucking join us. By the way, I'm wearing my favorite D&D shirt, by the way. I don't know if anyone say this.
Carpe Diem.
Good old Carpe Diem.
Yeah.
It's my Dungeon Master. I didn't show it off before the break. I don't know why I didn't. We'll get back to Tyler, who has had plenty of time to think about their worst D&D moment. Normally, it's not the players and me that are butting heads. I've had some bad moments with other Dungeon Masters. But me and the players typically get along. We're on the same wavelength. We're on the same page. But I'll tell you the worst thing that I've ever done to my fellow player. We were playing a game run by... They will never watch this channel. The worst Dungeon Master that I've ever played under. In spite of their best efforts, just they sucked. And
I'm literally right here.
Not you. Besides
you stole
you.
the line from me. I was thinking the same thing.
I was playing a tiefling rogue who was a professional thief, a career criminal, and I had a small gang of people under me, and we kind of played through the first arc of the campaign doing kind of what I wanted to do. I was a charismatic leader, I was a charismatic player, and I talked everyone into kind of following what I wanted them to do, which was making me into a phantom. A criminal with like that left calling cards and had
Wait, you
perfect
wanted the
control of
entire
things.
group to do what you wanted to do. Okay, cool.
Well, no, my character did, and they were welcome to stand in his way, and they just didn't. So my character kind of hijacked a campaign for the first arc. And then someone's personal antagonist showed up, the person that they wanted dead more than anyone else in the world. And they had an army of robots who were like storming onto the city. They were Warforged, but they were robots, let's face it. And my team had a boat just outside of the bay, and they were ready to escape, and we were all thinking that we were going to get onto that boat. And then the personal antagonist showed up. There was a boss fight, and during the boss fight, they started going against this personal antagonist for one of my fellow players, and he decided that he was out. He opened a portal and he jumped through it, and I was the last person in initiative. And every other single player in the party rushed through that portal to go and finish off this fucker and kill them, because that's what they wanted to do as a party, and that's what they wanted to do in character. My character looks at that portal to God knows where, to a question mark, to an unknown factor in their very logical mind. They look at this army that's approaching the city. They look at this boat that's going to take them to freedom and criminal celebrity with a bunch of people who are fiercely loyal to them and only them, and decided, I'm walking away. Walked away from that portal, walked towards that ship, walked towards freedom and a life of crime and away from the rest of the campaign, and dipped out of the game. And that is the worst thing any of my characters have ever done to any D&D game. And every one of those players, every one of those players, and it's like, no, I get it. I understand why you did that in character. By the way, if my character ever finds Ash, we're fucking killing him. Like, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm in a campaign right now with my friends, and one of the characters, we had a moment where there was a portal to, I guess, the netherworld, whatever. He was like a demon or a devil bard. And I think it really came down to dude just wanted to change his character. But he decided, yeah, later, guys, this works out for me. Bye. And he took off and jumped through the portal, and then he rolled a new character and came back as somebody else.
I mean, in that campaign, I rolled a new character. I rolled a kobold sorcerer, and he was a bunch of fun. But the campaign died 2 sessions after that, and like, so we'll never know what happened. And frankly, if it was run by a better DM, I would probably have cried over that campaign. But it just wasn't, so I didn't. So Tyler, what's the worst thing that you or another fellow player has ever done to you or a fellow player?
I can think of 2 things, one of which is just funny, but it's mostly just like a nod to, as a DM, like, make sure that you know your players and that they'll be okay with this. But my first little thing is just, I played before with somebody who would get really upset if you didn't include them in every single, like, little thing. And, like, that came down to the point that, like, my high elf sorcerer and our gnome, I don't even remember what, I think it was a ranger, were like best friends. So, like, they'd be having like a best friends moment, and like she'd be sitting at the table like seething because she wasn't involved in it, kind of thing. Like, that wasn't cool. But I also have a story from a very long ago campaign that we didn't actually play too many sessions into because people moved. But our group cleric basically had to roll a brand new character after session 1.
Oh no.
Because we were stuck in the Underdark. We weren't told going in that the whole campaign was going to be in the Underdark. So we were all kind of like, okay, we can get out. You know, we can find a way to get out.
Right.
So he makes a god call. Out of all the characters that could make a god call, like, this is the one to do it. But our DM was so sick of other people in the past campaign making god calls. He had not the cleric's god come talk to him, but instead like some succubus that basically just like stole him away, and he immediately, John, had to roll a completely new character that night.
Wait a second.
Like,
when you say god call, because I've never heard that term before, what do you mean?
It means, think of it like, I guess they call it sometimes divine intervention, but no, like, because we started with 3.5, our DM would allow us to do a god call, and it was more pertinent to characters who had an actual god, like a paladin or a cleric. But it basically worked where in a terrible situation, you could reach out and try to get a hold of your god, but you didn't make a roll on it like a percentile like you do for divine intervention. It would just be that you are calling out to the sources and you're hoping your god is the one that answers, but you might get something you don't want. Because so many people as a joke, as a joke in the prior campaign would be like, "Oh, make a god call" kind of thing. I think our DM has kind of went like, "Not anymore." So even to like the one
Not
person
today.
who have gotten a good, even the one person who should have had a good god call did not get one and immediately had to make a brand new character. So,
I don't know if this is an ad for or against god calls.
I mean, I still occasionally, from all that experience, I still occasionally like in the depths of my mind when things are going terrible in a game, and I'm like, call.
Are you in the Underdark? Do you have a problem getting back to your surface life? Are you in irreparable danger? Dial 1-800-GOD-CALL. Someone will probably pick up. It may not be who you wanted to hear from, but oh my god, you will be in trouble.
Hello,
your
it's
situation
your
is guaranteed to
I've
change.
seen you, by the way. Stop playing with yourself. I've seen it all.
You'll grow hair on your hands and go blind. Oh my gosh. Okay. We know what we haven't had a redemption in a minute, and we may get a redemption shortly. But I'll go ahead and ask this, and anyone feel free to pick up this line. I would love it if everyone would answer this question. Everyone sitting here has played D&D more than once. Everyone here plays D&D differently now than they did when they first played. Mm-hmm. If you could go back and give some advice to pre-D&D you, what would be the thing that you would say to them to make the biggest difference?
Don't be afraid to get into the character, because everybody else is, and you're not going to look stupid.
Yeah, this is group improv. This is group idiocy. This is group embarrassment. We are communally doing a thing, and it's only as awkward as you make it.
Remembering flavor is a huge thing. Yeah,
I like that.
Sorry, Rob. Go ahead.
You can never have enough clacky math rocks.
By the way, this stream is sponsored by Mr. Mountain Gaming. Goodbye to dice. Anyway, yeah.
Go buy the dice, please.
You're welcome to spend your hard-earned adult work money on whatever you want to spend your hard-earned work adult money on.
It's Erik 15.
No, it's Panda 10.
I think you mean Twins 10, right? Support my brother who has 3 children, one of whom has cerebral palsy. Use code QUIT-TWINS10.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. That just, come on, man. Oh my god. All right. That's the only fucking one to promote.
I will say, and I haven't said this on the channel before, and I'm not trying to say it right now for any reason except for the clarity of others. If you use the code that I promote on this channel or on social media, I do not benefit from it. I'm already paid by this company. I don't ask for more money from John. Any money that is used by my code goes to my brother, who is a father, who is a hardworking man, and who does not get paid to goof off on the internet and do things that he already enjoys. So, if you do use code TWINS10, don't imagine that I am getting any money from it, but I will still applaud you doing that thing. We have some rollies redemptions. Thank you, Isky, and thank you, Dabs. But let's go ahead and finish the question if we could. We got it from Larissa. Tyler, what do you think? What do you think you would go back and tell your pre-D&D self? Get ready for your first session.
Don't be such like a cautious player, you know, like I would be like terrified of losing hit points and dying and stuff like that, and like now we're at a point where I'm like, Luke is dying again, okay, this is where we're at. You know, like even for a full campaign character I make them now with the thought of like they're probably gonna die, it's okay. You know, like
I've been trying. Come on.
CN will never die. Never. It's
No,
impossible.
just Cheshire.
He's gonna
Just
become
Cheshire.
a god one day.
Oh my god.
An archfey.
No, that is good though. I mean, I know some people who are very precious with their characters, and I to a certain extent I understand that. This is your baby. This is something that you created out of nothing and made very special and have very high hopes for and hopes and dreams, and you understand them on a level that maybe you don't understand. You know, people that you didn't create, people who you see on a day-to-day basis, or family members or whatnot. But at the end of the day, this person is made up, and you could easily make up another one. Like, this is a game, and they have hit points, and those hit points can go to 0 and below. Don't worry about it.
The
This is
legend
part of
will
playing the
still
game.
live.
Yes, exactly. Send them off with a bang. You know,
You're
have
talking
them.
like you have. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say you're talking like you have some recent experience, but
I have lost player characters. My the most
When you-
recent was in my brother's D&D campaign. The only D&D campaign that Steve ever ran was the Lost Mines of Phandelver. And I was playing a tiefling. And tieflings, you know, name themselves like aspirational titles and whatnot. They will name themselves after character traits. They will name themselves after things that they wish to do. Mine was named Martyr. And hoo boy, was that a self-fulfilling prophecy. He was in a 5-foot hallway with 12 bugbears on the other side of him and the party behind him. And given fucking 5e mechanics, he took the dodge action in the middle of a 5-foot hallway, made himself as unlikely as possible to be hit, and just held the goddamn line while his party ran. And dude got captured and fucking killed. He got executed by his own brother under the auspices of a dominate person spell. His brother was forced magically to kill my character. And both those characters left the campaign due to sheer fucking trauma. And it was goddamn great. And I loved it. But yeah, like I rolled up another character, and I rolled up a druid who was a Circle of Spores druid who was convinced that his imaginary girlfriend, who was really just a collection of spores, was very much real and had to impress her. And introduced everybody as, and this is my girlfriend. Pointed to
Like a character I
empty
would
bunch
make.
of space. Yes, I know. He was awful. I'll tell you about him at some point. But damn. Hey, thank you for the cheer, Dabs. I appreciate you, buddy. Let's see. Did we go to Erik already on the what's the worst thing?
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Oh wait, what?
What answer were we even asking? What question were we asking?
What
lost it.
advice you would give?
Yes! Thank you. Tyler, this is why we keep you around. You're more than just a pretty face. You're also a pretty face, but you're more than that.
She's apparently
You say this
not
after
drunk.
the other day when you told me, Jane, that she needs to not have her fingers in something, and then I cursed at both of you, and you both oddly enjoyed it.
Let's move on from that. Erik?
I did that, and Jane was like, "You never cursed at me," and I'm like, "Well, you can pretend it's at Rob." And Jane goes, "No, it's character development."
Oh gosh, Issy, I agree with you 100%. We'll talk about it later. We've got some rollies to do in a moment. Erik, what would you go back and tell your pre-D&D self?
So sleepy.
The same thing I tell myself now, which is remember your sheet. Like pay attention to your stuff. I literally just had this happen to me, so it's reminded me, and I'm like, oh, remember your immunities. Like when somebody says, when a DM says you're hitting this much kind of damage, you should be looking at your sheet instead of thinking, okay, let me just take the damage. That was the yeah. That would be the thing, is make sure that those little things that are always running are always running. And it's up to you to point that out to the DM when you're having these issues. You know what I mean? When somebody's attacking you, you have to look and go, oh, I'm immune to this, or I'm, partially immune, whatever. So yeah, that kind of stuff. That's what I would go back and tell myself, is keep your character in, not just the character for RP, but the character is on the sheet in your mind the whole time.
Steven, my brother, says that this is my biggest problem with people in D&D. And he's not far from wrong. He's not correct, but he's not far from wrong. That not knowing yourself is one of my pet peeves in D&D. And
Yep.
the fact of the matter is, like, the dungeon master is keeping track of way more than one person at a time, and their story and the setting and the dungeon and this monster and that monster and that monster and that monster's mother. And all you have to do is keep track of one character, and knowing that character to a T and knowing that character well is all you have to do, and it's your only job, and you should know it. But it is not my biggest pet peeve in D&D. But Steve is right. That is a thing that I have called people out on before, and that I've made fun of people.
Oh, for sure.
But I'm not getting on to you because you are under extenuating circumstances playing off a monster stat block.
I'm just saying, like, if you think about it, that is a valuable tool for any D&D player. Is your RP is fantastic, obviously. You know, like, if you're playing and you're having a good time, you're probably doing great. But that's the only thing, is remember what your character technically has on their sheet. Other than that, yeah, have a blast.
Hey, Rob, what would you tell your pre-D&D self?
Just to make sure you're having fun with it. Like, playing D&D has brought me out of my shell quite a bit, because I am not one to be put on the spot. I don't like to just like to do my own thing. So having another creative outlet to just kind of like, everyone is creating a fake persona of themselves or another character so you can do whatever. It helped me personally grow into it. So I would definitely say, well, like everyone else has basically said, is don't be afraid to try new things and be worried about what everyone else may or may not think about you.
That is right. The most important thing you can do in D&D, the most important thing you can expend effort towards doing, is just having a good time. And that goes for everything in life. If you're not having a good time, what are you doing? And why are you doing it?
Yeah, it's the only reason it wasn't my answer.
Yeah. I mean, it's not my answer
I try to have
either.
a good time every time, so.
My answer, quickly, then we have some dice to roll, is and just to pick something different from what everyone else has said, because everyone else has had very good points, probably better points than this one. If I can go back to before I played D&D, I played D&D very much in a way that was self-gratifying. And I wanted to do the thing that was the most entertaining thing for me to do for myself at any given moment. And that's just not the way to play. Be considerate of your fellow players, and play a character consistently. This isn't Skyrim, doing the thing that benefits you the most at any given moment and damn the consequences, because the game's algorithm can't compete with what your imagination dictates. That's not D&D. Be the same character today that you were last week and the week before, and it will probably get you into trouble, and embrace that trouble as a flaw in your character and deal with it.
Yeah, embrace failure.
Yeah.
Embrace it, because you learn from it. So if your character dies, you create a new character with things that the other one wouldn't have suffered from. You know what I mean?
All right, guys, so let's do this. We've had, let's see, 1, 2, 3. We've had 3 rollies redeemed. Let's do some final rolling. We'll tabulate the results of all of our rollies. We'll find out whose name is getting changed. Me. And by who? Probably Tyler. And we will, and then we'll call it a night. All right? And if you have any channel points left, don't redeem them for anything tonight. We have Among Us on Friday. Come and join us for Among Us on Friday. Save it up for Monday, where the Rimehold ritual, Tyler and Erik are going to be having their final confrontation. And I'll go ahead and spoil this. I haven't had it to any point in this campaign. I'm going to have a player character accomplice channel point redemption option. And I've written some things down in a notebook where, like, divine intervention level bullshit can happen on behalf of the players, not just me.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Can we up the ante on the DM accomplice?
I have also said in the thing, Tyler, that players can't redeem this, so it will have to be other people redeeming this for you.
Hey, I've never bought it for myself, unlike Steven.
You haven't. I almost put at the end of the parenthetical sentence in the player's character accomplice thing, I almost put Jane. But, you know, I didn't. I held off. So.
I'm sticking with my 20 I rolled.
Oh, well, let's stick with your 20. I got.
Another one? I got a 5.
19.
Seriously?
10.
Well, nobody beat Eric and nobody lost to me. 13th
I'm actually really
loss.
curious though, because my character that I play on Mondays has
Guys,
the
these
dumbest
are my
backstory ever.
best dice. All right, two more.
Like imagining what's gonna pop out if someone redeems that.
Iski, that was yours, Existential Nerd. Now we're on to Iski. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Oh.
7. I feel like that's a natural 20. That's an 18. That's a 6. An 18.
6.
Eric loses. And Tyler wins, of course. That's what Tyler does on this channel.
You got nasty breath. Why do you smell like a corn chip?
All right, guys. Last one of the night. Gotta Mr. Miyagi this stuff here.
17.
Whoa.
6.
15.
20.
So Rifle Stud wins. Rob loses once again. Guys, you sure you don't want to do rollies one more time so I can have a nice round 15 losses? Alright, so let me do some tabulating here. Tarvel, who is no longer here, had 1 win and 2 losses. So that brings him...
More.
Okay, one more. 2 more. I was about to tabulate. I don't know if this will make a difference at this point. I got an 18, though. That's good for my self-esteem.
Oh, I got a 6.
I got 18.
What?
I got another 20.
All right, Eric loses. Rifle wins.
Very even mid-ground.
Last one. All right, stop redeeming. This is from Tyler. Last one. 11.
18.
16.
Oh, I thought you were about to show me another 20.
Big
Rob.
fat
No.
1.
I got an 8.
All right.
I can't be that lucky.
What did you get, Eric?
I got an 18.
18. That beat you, right, Larissa?
Yeah, I got 16.
All right. So let's tabulate. Stop redeeming, you fuckers.
Stop redeeming.
Tarvel.
Don't do it.
Tarvel had 1 win and 1 loss, bringing him to a grand total of -1. Larissa.
He's reading.
Sorry, Gillian, who is no longer here. Shut up, Rob. Gillian had a grand total of 2 wins and 2 losses, giving her a grand total of zilch. Larissa had a grand total of 4 wins and 2 losses, bringing you to a +2.
Yay!
Eric, up in here with a total, joining us midway through the rollies, with 5 wins and 5 losses, bringing you to a grand total of zip. You broke even, buddy.
That's it. That's how I roll at Vegas, baby.
Now, Rifle Stud came into it with a grand total of 8 wins and 3 losses, bringing you in at a total of 5. Tyler came in with a total of 9 wins, but also 4 losses, also leaving you at a grand total of 5.
Ooh, do we get to join? Do we get to share the privilege?
Now, myself, the organizer of this event, the host of this Twitch channel,
oh my goodness,
and the guy who made the channel point redemption for rollies, which I think counts for something, came in
many more points than I have
with 2 wins and 14 goddamn losses,
It's almost like we were playing golf with friends.
leaving me a total of -12. So, Tyler and Rifle Stud have one more bit of rolling to do to see who gets to change my name in the Discord channel for a week.
Oh.
Only because of those last couple of rollies
Hey, baby, I
that
need
you redeemed
I need you
did Tyler not win.
You bless? You bless? Oh, thank you so much for the good blessing. Yes, thank you. Oh God, I don't know what that face looks like. Oh, okay.
It's a little smug. All right,
What'd you
Rob.
get?
Rob, what did you
go
get?
first.
Ladies first.
No, you go first. You rolled first.
Rob, go first.
I got a 19.
19.
Oh, I got an 18.
All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, in an incredible underdog upset, Rifle Stud gets to change the D&D Wannabe's name in our public, not the private Discord, because then no one could enjoy it. In the public Discord, Rob gets to change my nickname for the next week. Hello, Shia Ruck Stream team. Welcome to the channel. We're about to shut down for the night, but I'm glad that you're following us. We will be doing more entertaining things later. You are tuned in just in time to hear Rifle Stud make a snap decision as to what my nickname should be in the Discord for the next week.
Give it up, baby.
Oh, I have to pick right now?
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
Oh, no, this is all you tell me.
On camera live.
You're welcome to accept nominations. That's fine.
Somebody earlier said that if there was a way to make Rob, like how people have been calling him Roblin the Goblin, if there was a way to do that for a tiefling. If that gives you any inspiration.
Yes, on April 29th, our sub goal for last month was met, so I will be Roblin the Goblin on April 29th. That is already canonically the name of that character, because fuck
but
me,
what are you
that's
gonna
why.
do on 420, bro?
I don't know.
Lit.
There you go. Rob Lit.
So I got my phone out. I'm going to change my name on the Discord. What am I changing it to?
Guys, help me out. Groblin?
Rob 2. We know he loves
Roblin.
that. Rob 2. We know he loves being Rob 2.
Rob 2?
No, I don't hate that suggestion. Too simple.
What is that? Loppy Pop Sassy Pants?
Groblin.
Lollipop Sassy Pants.
Bliss, go to bed.
It should be Robbie Pop. Robbie Pop Sassy
Pop,
Pants.
Go to bed, Bliss.
Yeah.
You're up too late.
Robbie Pop Sassy Pants. I love it.
I like it.
It's the newest version of the La La Loopsy dolls.
There you go. See?
No one wanted it.
I think we're gonna get a combo here of Rifle Stud and Death by Snoo.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the Robbie Pop Sassy Pants.
Now I'm just picturing like a little La La Loopsy doll that has like a beard that you're braiding.
So what is I don't think I can do it from my phone right now, or if I can, I've had too many beers to do it. So I'll have to do it on my computer when the stream is over. Is it?
You made me think on the
Robbie?
spot like
Is it
that.
Robbie Pop Sassy Pants?
Rob Pants Dice Pants?
It's up to you.
Oh, what? No.
You're the one that's
You won.
I
Robbie
like Robbie
Pop
Pop.
Why are you
Pants.
surprised? Robbie Pop
Because
Sassy Pants.
I did not expect to win, okay? I would have put more thought into it.
I honestly did, and I just sucked ass since 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Rob came in thinking he was. Are you saying you thought you were gonna win?
I didn't think I was gonna lose.
Okay.
Hey, if you need to buy some
Wear
new
Bob
dice, you
Dice
can
Pants.
use Happy 10. I can get you
Yes,
some new
Square
dice.
Rob Dice Pants isn't bad, too, but I still like Robbie Pop Sassy Pants.
Robbie
Alright.
Pop Sassy Pants.
All right. We're locking it in. Robbie Pop Sassy Pants. As soon as we end the stream tonight, I'm going on to Discord. I'm clicking it over. I'm changing my nickname. Robbie Pop Sassy Pants for the next week in the Discord, and I will be sure to post regularly in the public Discord over the next week. If you want to see that happen, come join our Discord. I'll put the link in the chat right now, so that everyone can enjoy me being Robbie Pop Sassy Pants.
Sassy. You're so sassy.
Thank you guys.
We could have called him Seiko.
To the people who could no longer join us for the rest of the stream, thank you to Jillian Foxglove. Thank you to Tarvel the Ring Wraith for coming and joining us. Very last minute, those two.
Thank you to Misfit for trying.
Thank you to Misfit for trying. I really wish we could have had you on here. I'm delighted that Erik was able to step up and take your place. Always a pleasure to have you on the stream, my dude.
Oh, I'm thrilled. I literally was coming to watch, and I was like, I'm here if you want.
I genuinely, the only reason I didn't ask you is I thought he doesn't want to stream 3 fucking nights in a row. I don't want to stream 3 fucking nights in a row. Thank you to Oh My Sophie for trying to be here. I know that the reasons that you couldn't join us were out of your control. We're always delighted to have you on this channel. I hope you feel better soon. I doubt you're going to watch this VOD, but feel free to, someone give me the good credit of tweeting at her and telling her that I hope she's fine. I'll also tell her myself in a few minutes. For those of you who did make it and who stuck it out this entire time, basically my co-host, Tyler, thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing the rats. Thank you for always supporting me personally as we try and grow this community. Thank you to Rob for once again being available on a Wednesday night. Thank you for running for me and being my DM. And I'm looking very much forward to seeing what happens in our Wednesday night campaign when Maddie gets back from her adult trips. And thank
Chester
you.
does.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were pretty much there. The only reason I'm not dead already is because of your fiat. And Larissa, thank you so much for joining us. I'm really delighted to have you on the channel. Please come back anytime that you are able.
Yay!
Super great to have you. Next time we are live is Friday night, Central Standard Time. I will be streaming from a tablet for the first time in my life as we play some Among Us together. You, yes you, that's right, in the chat are invited to play with me, as well as anybody on the stream that actually plays Among Us. I am not good at that game, so feel free to kill me, and I will provide commentary as I flit around and accomplish tasks as a ghost. It should be a lot of heckin' fun. And then we'll be back to the Rhymehold Ritual, the climax, the final session of the Rhymehold Ritual coming up next Monday. Tyler and I and Erik will all be there. It'll be a hell of a good time. And then we're going to move from there into a week of break before Tyler comes on and is a dungeon master for us, which is going to be so heckin' cool.
And watch us do eldritch horror things.
Good night, Bliss. Good night, Trixie. Good night, Dabs. Dabs, the way that you're acting, you better come and play some Among Us with me on Friday.
The way I just said that, come watch us do eldritch horror things, just made me like envision like that meme of like the little dog or the little duck with a knife. It's just like looking cute.
Frisky.
It's like eldritch horror.
Frisky, what the hell? You're still here? You've been with us the whole stinking stream. Thank you so much. Nerd, you've been here almost the whole stream. Thank you so much for joining us. Guys, as I always say, in case you don't hear it anywhere else this week, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And until next time, farewell and Godspeed, friends and adventurers. Have a good night.
Good night, or. Even though you're asleep and showing them your best side, which is your butt.